around. Down here, gone flipping around. You taking my time, I kick a car. I tell you something. Oh no! I killed my friend.
Looking for manga and anime collectibles? We have manga, toy, anime collectibles, complete collections, and so much more at Ultimate Comics.
Welcome to Ultimate Comics. We're the biggest shop in North Carolina, which makes us your pop culture destination. We have everything from Funko Pops to sideshow collectibles, Hot Toys, graphic novels and manga, a whole room dedicated to back issues filled with keys, and a giant wall filled with new comics. So come on down and see all your friends at your friendly neighborhood Ultimate Comics.
Flipping around.
We have 3 shows a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on our Facebook page. We have key issues, sets, new books, hot variants, and I mean, we do special events all the time. We just had Tankers #1 signed by Rob Venditti available on the show, and we're actually getting those shipped out right now. We're a little bit behind schedule. Well, how are you coming along with that, Rob? We gotta get these out.
I'm going as fast as I can. He's doing covers now? What the fuck? I love it.
Want to hear about the best comic book show on YouTube? It's What to Pick Up This Week, starring Harrison and Sienna from Ultimate Comics. Find out what books to grab each week, from the best stories to the hottest covers, and never be alone again.
What the first appearance this
The
week?
first
You were
is
like,
the black suit.
yeah. What? So
Yeah.
what's coming out this week? Marvel Comics.
Marvel
Big
Comics.
new
Let's
release.
start. Yeah.
And they're also doing really cool 1 in 50 symbiote blanks.
Flipping through it, and the art looks phenomenal.
Everyone's gonna be after this. I'm sure it's gonna be double, triple ratio.
So nice.
Yeah, that's him writing it. He had the obviously really long-running Flash Rebirth series. James Herring does the Ultra Mega cover, and Tilly Walden and Charlie Adler both do Walking Dead covers.
It captures everything that I love about Superman, like that wish fulfillment, that hopefulness. It's fantastic.
You want photos or you want to kill him?
I want a shot. Some people love it.
Little Francis Yu does a 1 in 25, and Pepe Larraz does that real sweet 1 in 50. So a lot of really
You have options.
Number 1.
both covers.
Well, it's gonna
1
have
in
a lower.
25 and
It's
same
gonna have a lower print run.
to do a really beautiful 1 in 25.
No one's gonna want that, though.
No, J. Scott Campbell.
J. Scott Campbell? Chewie is just like chucking Dingo.
A good horror book,
Yeah.
which this is horror as well, and has to do with the legend of the Bunny Mask.
You get a gorgeous Peach Momoko aforementioned Scarlet Witch cover. Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti is the Moon Knight exclusive by Joe Gisco.
Hey, please let us host the Eisners next year.
Rick and Morty comics. Like Die, like you.
1 in 50. Yes.
Oh,
yeah. That's a good. Now that's a look.
Now that's a
With
look.
the ears.
That's a look. All right.
Alright. Like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you next week.
Just got.
Mamo? Mamo?
Mamo.
Mamo?
Mamo.
Mamo?
Mamo.
Mamo?
Mamo.
Mamo?
Mamo. Mamo.
I wear my sunglasses anytime I
Boy. Boy.
Berserker, Boom Studios.
Mr. Hybrid, I smell your hybrid. Mr. Hybrid, wandering down the avenue, swinging a cane, feeling no pain. Mr. Hybrid, I smell you.
I say I'm Kid Country. Yeah.
Welcome to the Ultimate Comics Live Show. Long time no see. I think I last popped up on our 300th special very briefly just to say hi and help Victor out for a second. And we're a few episodes past that now. It's been giving me a little bit more time to go through the books, price and stuff. We've been doing some shows and stuff a little bit more. So I'm back. I hope you're all okay with that. If you're not, now's your chance to tune out. Victor will be back on Thursday next week. However, if you do like seeing me doing the live show, I'll actually be doing it Tuesday for the next 2 weeks while Sienna is off in Europe enjoying their European vacation, doing all of the fun stuff. Probably going to get some healthcare. I don't know what else Europe does. That's what all the people talk about. Beer? I don't know. First things first, if this is your first time joining us, hello. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am your sometimes host of the Ultimate Comics Live Show and always time sitting in my office toiling away to prep most of the books that you see on the show. Although Daniel's been helping out with that for the past month or two now.
Like a month.
Going through some books, doing some of the grading, having a little bit of help with that. So first things first, make sure you fill out that claim form. We've got a little blue hyperlink in the video description, as well as should be the top pinned comment. It's going to be super easy. It's just like 2 or 3 questions so we can actually get your books to you. We need to know what your name is, especially if you're using an account that isn't your full shipping address name. We need to know where you want us to send your books. Now, we'll send them anywhere in the United States at the end of the week for just $8 flat rate shipping, or if you just so happen to be lucky enough to make it to one of our physical brick and mortar Ultimate Comics locations in Raleigh, Durham, or Cary, we can have your books sent to one of those 3 shops for no additional charge. You can pick those books up Wednesday next week. If you get your books, you claim some maybe on Tuesday with Sienna, you claim some tonight. We're going to bundle those all up together, send you one invoice that goes out on Sunday afternoon. So if you log into your PayPal or just check your email on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, get that paid, we'll start shipping those out Monday, Tuesday morning as well. So you do that pretty expediently. All of the books that we ship out go USPS first class or priority mail, or we send them FedEx 2-day express. So you shouldn't be waiting more than 2 or 3 days unless you live in like Alaska or Hawaii or something. We've got a lot of books. Just picked up a really fun Bronze Age collection. So I've got a lot of books from the 1970s, a lot of Marvel and DC. It's a lot of really fun issues. So if you came here looking for some classic stories with some really great writer-artist teams, this is the show for you. You want to make sure you get those books. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm going to pick them up one at a time, tell you just a little bit about them. I'm going to put them on my little stand right here. You're going to type in the comment section with the title of the book and the letter that it is sitting under, A through I down here. And that way, if there's like 2 Batman books, if you just say Batman, we're going to know it's Batman on C or Batman on G. Whomever gets that full claim in first is going to go ahead and have the honor, the privilege of being invoiced for it on Sunday. If there is one item or one set of items that is being sold as one individual item, for instance, I think V for Vendetta, one of the big sets that we have a little bit later tonight, that is 10 issues, but we're selling it as one individual item. And it is just a little bit beyond your weekly budget. We do offer layaway on any one item per customer, open at a time. If you currently have layaway that you're working on and there's something new and shiny you want to put on layaway, let us know. We can invoice you for what's left on your previous layaway. You can get that knocked out and start paying on a new one. Happens every once in a while, especially when we have some pretty choice books up. And anybody's welcome to do that. There's no additional fees for it. We don't charge you any interest. If the value of the book goes up, we're not going to adjust the price to reflect fair market value. You've got up to 6 months to pay that off, so that's going to be just a 10% deposit that's going to be due this week. It's going to be a minimum payment of 15% every month. You can always pay it off faster if you want to do a 25% deposit and pay 25% a month, get it knocked out in like 3 months. Let us know. We're pretty variable as long as you are within that 6-month window. And last but not least, we do have this gorgeous Spider-Woman issue number 1. This is the Peach Momoko variant. This is, I think it was a 1 in 25. Yeah. We are giving this sucker away for free. All you got to do is hit that little share. It's super easy. Every single space on Facebook that is a public share. So any groups that you're in that are public groups, your own Facebook profile, if you have those share settings set to public, anywhere. Friends page, if you share it on a foes page, share it on your favorite political activist page that you follow on Facebook. If they let people share in their group, we'll take it wherever we can get around. We want to get as many eyes on as many books as possible, because that is, of course, what's going to allow us to continue doing the show and spending more time getting more better collections and just having more and more and more Ultimate Comics Live show for you. Think that covers all the basics.
Yeah.
Missing anything out? Hi, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody ready for a little live show action? I hope.
Oh, you're getting a lot of love in the comments.
Oh, thanks. I love you guys too.
Richard Dubiton, Sam Tarney's back. John Lucio screaming Tarney.
Yeah.
And then said, hi everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of love here.
Thanks,
Justin
y'all.
Davis was saying Tarney was my first live show host.
I did it a lot until somewhat recently. Yeah, if y'all like seeing me, like I said, I'm here tonight. I'll be doing the Tuesday show next week and the Tuesday show the week after that. And let's just go ahead and announce it. If you have been a long-time Ultimate Comics Live show viewer, or if you are affiliated at all with us locally, you know that August is our big anniversary month, and we always do a crazy big Ultimate Comics Live show at the end of the month as our birthday special for Ultimate Comics. We're celebrating my birthday, which is next week, Jack Kirby's birthday, which is in 2 weeks, and Ultimate Comics' birthday, which is sometime this month. We're not really sure exactly which day it is, but we know it's sometime in August. It's going to be our 19th birthday. Last year was our hands down, far and away, single best live show we've ever done.
Absolutely.
And I have, just some crazy good books that are going to be put up. We'll get that preview post up maybe this weekend. We'll see. So go ahead and mark your calendars. You get 4 shows with me in the next 3 weeks, starting tonight. So tonight, Tuesday, next week, Tuesday, the week after that, and then we'll be doing that Saturday. I believe it's August the 27th. So make sure you are all ready for all of the comics. And I'm gonna start strong. I'm gonna go and put this under G. It's right next to H right there. This is the Goon number 7. It's a one-shot issue of one of my all-time favorite series, written and drawn by Eric Powell. However, you might notice another famed creator sneaking his way into the cover right here, along with his signature creation. This is a one-shot crossover with Hellboy, co-created by Mike Mignola, who helps with this issue, does all of the Hellboy part, the true collaboration. It is a phenomenal issue. High grades. It sells for a lot more, but very fine condition. Pretty high grade. It's just got one. You've got it. I need to get a little. Going up some more of my favorites. That's the nice thing about having not done this for a while. I've had a little stockpile of some of my personal favorite things, and I'm like, next time I host, I'm going to be ready. Yeah, stuff that I really love selling. Marvel feature issue number 1, a really underrated key issue comic. This is going to be the first solo Red Sonja. She becomes the feature title character of the book in that big first issue. This one's in fine condition, real solid mid-grade copy. It is just $20. I think that's Rick Buckler doing the art, real classic on that. Solid condition. You're just looking at like some minor creasing around the spine and some blunted corners, but like nothing major, no big creases, no staining. Gorgeous book. Yeah, this I was particularly excited about. I'm going to go and put this under D. This is Mythos, the final tour. It is a 3-issue prestige format spin-off from Vertigo's Sandman series. If you have binged that Netflix show, as a lot of you have, as is evidenced by it being the number 1 show in the world, it is ridiculously good. If you want a little bit more of Desire, who we saw them in a couple episodes in the show, and very much so starts teasing that their machinations are going to play a much bigger part in seasons perhaps 2, 3, or 4. Some of the people looking for a lot more spin-off content, especially something that you're not going to get if you've read the entire original Sandman series, whether it had been online or in graphic novel or we'll address that in a moment. Hopefully we can make it till then. But yeah, so Desire scheming with like a rock band in this 3-issue story. Okay. Really cool, really fun, phenomenal artwork. It's just $5 for a complete 3-issue oversized set. If you heard that beep emanating from Daniel and I moments ago, the tone, despite the fact that our phones are on silent, there are some rumblings going on. That's just North Carolina in the summer. Can't avoid it. You hit that afternoon, evening storms. We've got like 50 to 100% chance throughout the length of the show. If the power abruptly goes off in the middle of the show, just hang around for a couple minutes. We'll see if we can get booted back up. Yeah. If not, you know what happened. We're not like vaporized or anything. We didn't get Thanos. It's probably just an electrical storm, and we'll be back soon.
Specs asking, he's never read the series before. Do you recommend reading before you watch it for Sandman?
It's such an interesting question. As somebody that has almost with very few exception, read the source material for almost every comic book adaptation that I have seen, just by virtue of me having read such a ridiculous number of comic books. For this one specifically, I really love that I read the comics first, just because there's so many things that were not just visually, but like structurally or even like just verbally, like manifestations of a piece of art that was just flawlessly converted, which is very, very rarely going to be the case with an adaptation. And it's just so gorgeous and so well put together and so well thought out that I don't think that there's any loss for knowing what the larger narrative going forward is, or knowing what all the characters are. Whereas I think with some things. Now, flip side, vice versa, if you have never read The Sandman, I think that this is about as good, about as engaging, and about as clever as some of the comics are, if maybe just not quite as in depth. So you're going to get a really good feeling for the entire story and the way everything's put together moving forward even. So if you do happen to decide you want to sit down and watch all 10 episodes of the Netflix Sandman series, I don't think that you're going to lose anything from knowing what happens in that first 1 or 2 story arcs if you decide to go read the comics after. Just in terms of brevity, which I realize is not my strong suit, I'd say go ahead and watch the show, watch all 10 episodes. If you love it, pick up the comics. Go to your local shop, buy the trades, or I think we sold both of the full sets that we had. We might have the graphic novels for you. Shoot us a message. We can add them to your live show order next week or the week after. We've got them in stock at the stores, which I would have to assume we are trying to do. I imagine there's a lot of people looking for them right now. Good? Good.
Yeah.
I think I answered that about as thoroughly as I can.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, it's also different enough to where, like, you don't feel like rereading it after you've watched it is like a chore.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's interesting, yeah. And it's just, it's a more in-depth version of what you've seen on screen. Yeah, he's saying he's heard nothing but awesomeness for
There is nothing but awesomeness about it.
Yeah, I haven't caught up yet. I'm almost done with the 3rd episode, but I've been loving it so far.
Oh man, episode 4, it really takes off. Really takes off.
Okay, I'm stoked.
Not that like the first 3 are bad. It just is nowhere. It just keeps going up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's sell a 3rd comic. Up on B for Bombshells. This is DC Comics Bombshells issue number 1. It is of course kind of pin-up 1940s styles of all of your favorite DC heroines. Who better to punctuate that story than Wonder Woman, Batwoman, and Supergirl.
Justin Davis.
You've got it, Justin.
So, welcome back, Justin. I feel like it's been maybe a couple of months at this point.
You and me both, Justin. You and me both. We've got Uncanny Tales from the Grave, issue number 9. Some real solid Marvel Bronze Age horror. Real hard to find a lot of these books. Obviously, superheroes just dominating the landscape of the Bronze Age. The horror titles, really fun stories. A lot of really good stuff in there. Fine condition. Another real solid mid-grade copy. $10.
Justin said he had to make a big car repair, so he was kind of broke.
Oof.
I feel that.
I dislike it when that happens myself.
Very
Going down on E, we've got the Justice League of America. This is a 3-issue mini-series, prestige format, all oversized, written and drawn by Alan Davis, who you may know from some of his X-Men work. Of course, did about half of Excalibur, did a chunk of Miracle Man, an absolutely phenomenal storyteller, doing a really great 3-issue story right here. Mark Farmer, sort of the kind of like Scott Williams always works with Jim Lee. He's the guy that always works with Alan Davis. They just create beautiful work together. All 3 issues together, near mint condition, going to be just $10. I think MSRP when it first came out, they were $5 each. So you're getting like 50% off the original MSRP from way back when ago even.
nice. Jimmy Lee saying, welcome back, Tarny.
Thank you, Jimmy.
What is on D? Is that Mythos?
D, yeah, this is super cool. It is Mythos, the final tour. It is a 3-issue miniseries from Vertigo Comics. It is a spinoff of The Sandman, which has some machinations of Desire, working with like a hard rock band, and sort of how that all plays together. You know how Desire is always getting themselves into some trouble. This is some of that trouble that they like getting themselves into.
Saved me, Jimmy, because I was thinking about picking this up if it didn't sell.
I'm not gonna say that I did not flip through that a good bit before we yeah. All right, going down on F. It's my first show back. I got to the F. You know I've got to put up some of my favorite team. This is going to be What If, issue number 89. What if Reed Richards had betrayed the Fantastic Four? Now, obviously the Fantastic Four phenomenal characters and the basis of the entire Marvel universe as we know it. What I absolutely love, and this is actually a Jonathan Hickman thing, all of the what ifs deal with, different versions of alternate realities. When he instituted the Council of Reeds, he really set up that the defining feature of 616, the main Marvel universe, Reed Richards, was that he was just sort of hopelessly devoted to his family. That's what makes the Marvel universe. It's that concept of family that we get from the Fantastic Four. Anytime you break from that, even in the Ultimate Marvel universe and so many of these what ifs, you get really compelling stories because obviously Reed Richards' power stretches far beyond his physical abilities, and sort of which way he goes with that. That one going to be just $5 if you're looking for a real fun little Fantastic Four what if. They're all one-shot issues, real easy to grab.
Would you do Justice League The Nail for $7? You have it at 10 for Eddie Page.
Yeah, let's do it.
A Silver Age Marvel tonight.
Yes, I have a good chunk of a handful of some Silver Age stuff for you. We'll get to when we get to it. Going down on G, this is the Jenny Frison variant cover for Wonder Woman issue number 38. Absolutely gorgeous. Got her standing there with the sword. Real badass. Near mint minus condition. Going to be $5. Shit. This one's always just fun. I don't know how many other big Mike Allred fans. Obviously, he's got that new Superman book out that he is doing covers and interior for. This is, of course, his original creator-owned comic, Madman, issue number 8. I just love the giant Madman. You've got the spaceship in the background. Near mint condition from his Image Comics series, just $5. You're a big Mike Allred fan. Maybe you haven't read his original character, the Madman, or if you have and you want to get a little bit more of it, we've got it right there for you.
Seth picked up that Wonder Woman. That
Excellent. Thank you, Seth. Going down on I. Got a little Infinity Warps. These were all fun. They did a big story where all of the Marvel characters, or at least a lot of the most prominent ones, got mixed up with another member. I call it the Donny Cates special just because that kind of seems to be his MO, is taking two Marvel character ideas and mashing them together. Iron Hammer, you get Thor mixing it up with Iron Man for an all-new, all-different one-off character. Near mint condition, one-shot issue, $5.
Speaking of Donny Cates, too, he was using Madman in the crossover book.
Yes, yeah. One of the best things about Image Comics is that all of those characters are creator-owned, so it made it super easy for him to use any of the Image characters if any of the other Image creators would let him do so. This one's really fun. A lot of you may recall the DC 52, not the new 52, the 52 issue weekly comic that introduced us to Renee Montoya's The Question, introduced us to the Kate Kane Batwoman, and a lot of other really cool series. As some of you may recall, the big thing leading into that was Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman all sort of go missing. So the 52 comic is bridging that 1 year gap where all of these other heroes are kind of a little bit more prominent than they maybe otherwise would be. However, they're not going to just stop publishing all of their biggest books for an entire year. So what do? You tell a really cool 1 year later story. All of the titles across DC Comics did a 1 year jump with their characters, and kind of leaving you made it the perfect starting point for any new readers, because kind of everything that happened in the recent past is just as much a mystery to long-time Batman readers as would be brand new Batman readers. What's really cool for the Batman 1 year later story, a lot of them decided to just do 1 or 2, maybe 3 issues This one is an 8-issue crossover between Batman and Detective Comics. You get a really cool James Robinson 8-issue crossover that is a Two-Face story. It's always,
That's cool.
you know, anytime you get Two-Face, it should be in at least 2 comics, I say. You get these gorgeous Simone Bianchi covers. All 8 issues are in near mint condition. That's, of course, under B for Batman. And it is just $32 for that complete story.
Would you do C for 6? You would at 10.
What is it?
Keith? It's the uncanny.
C... Yeah, we can do that.
James Howard is saying he thinks that Catwoman's daughter will come back at some point from that 1 year later run.
Oh, yeah, all of those, you know, story arcs, you never know when somebody's going to decide to pick up from them. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if that happened. Going down on D, Doctor Strange, issue number 7. This is from his first self-titled series after they got the renumber. Obviously, he takes over from Strange Tales with issue 169. Just 3 or 4 issues into that, they jump into renumbering for number 1. This is, I want to say, 1974, 1975, somewhere around there. Real solid mid-grade copy, fine condition. Doctor Strange in actual hell. You must read Demon Fever. That's going under D for D. And you know how much I love characters with big red capes. Let's go ahead and go down to number G. For Thor, issue 195, you've got Thor and the Warriors 3, The Well at the Edge of the World. Fine condition, $10, fighting off all of these primate looking nasties right here. If you love Thor's real classic issue with the Warriors 3, it's always fun when you get Thor and his buddies just wrecking stuff. Just $10.
Would you do D for 3? Would it 5 for Robert?
Yeah, let's do it. Always really fun when I find like Golden Age books. You know, rarely do we have like more fun comics, issue 73 or anything. But every once in a while you come across something super cool, like 1953 War Heroes issue number 7 for a book that is, 70 years old. Pretty nice condition. All things considered, you've got a little bit of staining, but no major creasing, a little bit up in the corner. The big thing with this one is I believe it is detached at the bottom staple, and you got a little bit of a spine split. But I mean, the readability on this book is really nice. Again, for a book that is 70 years old, and just $10. It's crazy, and that is issue number 7.
Christopher Brevette's picking up Madman on H.
You've got it, Chris. This one, always fun. I'm sure I'm not alone in saying that he's at least one of my favorite members of the X-Men. We got a little X-Men Origins Wolverine. This is by Kyle Yost, which is interesting as he's one of the co-creators of Wolverine's clone daughter. X-23 has a large chunk of X-Men credits under his belt. Interiors by Mark Teixeira, who is a phenomenal artist, well known in the 80s and 90s for doing a lot of like Ghost Rider and really dark stuff. Has a really good feel for this style characters. Did the Wolverine, or rather the Sabretooth 4-issue miniseries. So no stranger to the character. Going to be in very fine plus, probably very fine near mint condition. $8. It's just a one-off Wolverine one-shot going through his origins. And the fun thing about a character that's as old as Wolverine is that his origins are so much more than just one story. So you can really fill in some of those cracks.
We got a couple offers here.
Yeah, what do you got?
Would you do that War Heroes for 8? Is that 10?
Yeah, I will. I will do that.
Would you do the Red Sonja on A for 12? You would at 20.
Go 14. I can come down 6 if you want to come up 2.
All right, James, let's know if 14 works for you.
Good?
Yep. All caught up.
All right, going over to D, we've got Adventure Comics, issue 405. Very good condition. Well, Supergirl story. I love this Supergirl costume. I think it's super underrated. It kind of bridged the gap from her original costume to the more 70s, really blousy costume. You get kind of the full look up here, but I like the long sleeves, similar to her cousin. I like the opera gloves in a costume, right? Really kind of ties it together. She's got the big boots and just the slimmest patch of thigh between the skirt and boots, just because. But yeah, part of her headlining Adventure Comics right there. Just $5 if you like some Bronze Age Supergirl.
Would you do that Red Sonja and Supergirl together for 16? He's countering that you're 14 with them.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll do that.
All right.
That's how you bundle right there.
So you're going to James Howard. Any signed slabs tonight? Any Spawn?
We do have some slabs. We do have some Spawn. And signed books. Maybe some signed books. You never know which things I didn't look and have been signed. Going down on H, little Hulk action, Incredible Hulk 242, 6 Semper Tyrannis. I don't think he's about to assassinate Abraham Lincoln, but you never know. That could be a weird time arm. It's the Marvel Bronze Age. Just $5 if you want to find out what that's all about, or you just love watching your favorite Jolly Green Giant punch a bunch of bad guys.
I would do that Thor on G for 5. You would at 10 for Keith.
Thor on G for. Let's just do it. I don't want to think about if it's worth it or not. We'll just do it. All right. First big set for the night. Just came across it earlier today. This is going to be the complete Whedon run on Astonishing X-Men. It is issues 1 through 24. That is a big old chunk of books. You're going to get the first Org, the first Abigail Brand. You're going to get the first appearance of Armor. You're going to get the return of Colossus. You're going to get the first appearance of Sword, the Sentient World Observation Response Department. First Blindfold, first Danger, first appearance of Sidron and Agent Deems. Just some really cool stuff. They're all first print. Oh, look at that. The issue number 10 is actually signed. So there's your signed book. I want to say that is John Cassidy's signature, but it might be Joss Whedon's, because obviously I did not catch it. So there's that. It's just $60 for all 24 issues. So that's coming at you at just over a couple bucks an issue. It is absolutely incredible. It completely reinvigorated the X-Men when it first came out in the mid 2000s. It got that really rad new Cyclops costume that he carried through the Fraction run. And then some got a little redesign with Wolverine. You got kind of bringing the X-Men a lot back into their classic superhero stories, as opposed to directly coming off the heels of the Grant Morrison run, where they made it a lot weirder, kind of bridging those two concepts together. So that entire complete set, very fine and mint condition, $60 under A for Astonishing.
Would you do that Hulk on H for 3? I would at 5.
Yeah, let's do it.
James was saying, and Bruce Banner is John Wilkes Booth.
John Wilkes Bruce, I call him. All right, going down on G. How about I Am Groot? Issue number 1 by Chris Hastings. This book is in near mint condition. First print, main cover, near mint, $10. If you're getting real excited for the upcoming return of Groot in the Disney Plus Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
Well, Groot just had the mini series.
Oh, he's got his
the
own
mini short.
shorts series as well.
Chris is picking up that I Am Groot.
You've got it.
I think that just dropped this week.
Well, we're talking about some of our James Gunn features. Let's jump to his DC project, a little Suicide Squad, kind of. We'll go up on D for Strange Adventures issue 187. This is going to be the first appearance and first cover appearance of the Enchantress. Going to get her full origin in this story. Very good to fine condition. Just $125. Real solid mid-grade. There's, a little rough on the corners, a little bit of wear on the spine, but, you really look at it, no staining, no major creasing, no tears or anything. Real solid book. If you're a big DC collector, if you like the supernatural characters, if you're collecting the Suicide Squad members, a lot of good reasons. As we sort of mentioned a few times, obviously the superhero books tend to sell a lot better than the horror books. So the Strange Adventures print run going to be significantly lower than, say, if you were collecting Batman or Superman at the time. Gives a little extra layer of collectability on that as well.
What is on B?
Sitting on B, this is an 8-issue story, crossover between Batman and Detective Comics, written by James Robinson, who we all know and love from Starman and Justice Society of America, a lot of other cool stuff. Did a lot of the stuff that inspired the Stargirl TV show. This is the story that happened right after they launched 52, the weekly series where they took their titles and jumped them 1 year into the future. So it's a really great starting point if you're a new Batman fan or not have read Batman in this era. It's a different creative team. It's a crossover between It's Detective Comics 817 through 820 and Batman issue 651 through 654. You get these really cool kind of complementing covers for each month. Like all 8 of them don't connect, but like each month the 2 do. So if you had them on the shelf, you got the coin up in the air with Bruce Wayne and Robin. And anyways, Simone Bianchi doing all of the covers for both of the comics. You get all 8 issues together, all 8 issues in near mint condition for $32. This one just really fun. Speaking of some of those Golden Age books, this is the nostalgic Mad issue number 2. Mad magazine, one of the oldest properties that had been acquired by DC Comics. And obviously one of the signature pieces and one of the less well-known EC titles. Obviously, everybody knows about their Tales from the Crypt and their horror line. However, in the same vein, they were releasing the original Mad comic book. You've got it. Swing around to Human Torch issue number 4. This is from his first solo series. That would be, of course, the first solo series for Johnny Storm, as opposed to the Golden Age Human Torch, who obviously had a solo series in the Golden Age. This is issue number 4. You get him battling against Paste Pot Pete, a character that is long been neglected in the annals of Marvel fame, getting his rightful place as a primary opponent to the Human Torch. He, of course, first shows up in Strange Tales 104, I think, somewhere in that run, as a Human Torch villain. Going to be $5, fine condition. Speaking of characters and their big...
Strange Tales 104.
Oh, that's what I said, right?
Yeah.
See, I knew it.
You got it.
Going over on G, yes, speaking of some of those characters and their arch nemesis, Wolverine 166 by Frank Terry and Sean Chen. Near mint condition, $5. Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Enough said. Absolutely gorgeous book. Brutal. Just brutal. In all the best ways. Speaking of brutal, in a completely different way, this is going to be Mr. Natural, issue number 1, written and drawn by Robert Crumb. It is the first ever solo Mr. Natural comic book. He, of course, makes his debut in Robert Crumb's Zap Comics. Robert Crumb does all story and art cover to cover. This is going to be the 10th printing of the book. Pretty good shape, very fine for a book that was independently published, distributed virtually independently, and made very much so to be read as the kind of primary force in the underground comics scene. Just $10 if you like those classic Bronze Age underground books.
We have not put up the Fantastic Four slide yet. Smile.
No, I've got that What If Fantastic Four sitting down there. I'm just waiting to see if anybody is interested in some FF books before we get to the bigger ones.
And then, yeah, Oscar, we'll have some slabs up tonight.
Yeah, we've got a couple. See what's been up here a minute. That Batman set. I think it's been up the longest. Going over to B, we've got Wraith, issue number 1. This is the Joe Hill comic book. So if you like Lock and Key, obviously that is his signature comic book story. This is his other book that has already been adapted into a live action show on AMC, NOS 402. You get it in the license plate right there. If you like horror, if you like suspense, Joe Hill is an absolute master. Friend of the show, personal friend, Charles Paul Wilson III doing the artwork for that. He, of course, came up with the Stuff of Legends. We have a couple store exclusives, actually, that he's done the artwork for. Really cool style, especially when you let him get real dark with it. That book is in near mint condition. Going to be just $10. Kind of one of those guys, sort of like Scotty Young, in that he's really well known for doing all ages books and kind of gets shoehorned into doing a very specific style. But when he's doing his own natural style, can really just make it like way cooler than you would expect.
Would you do the Wolverine Origins on E for 5? You would at 8?
Wolverine Origins on E. Yeah, we can do that.
Chris Tillman is asking, does Tarney know that, does Tarney know if the Fantastic Four on F is a Silver Surfer appearance?
I don't know off the top of my head because it's a what if. I can check for you though. Give me one sec while we pop up. Doing a lot of these really fun. This is Superman issue 221, Bizarro versus Zoom, loser take all. Now, obviously, a lot of you absolutely love your Superman Flash races. This is going to be the first Bizarro reverse Flash race. So, yeah, you'd think with how popular the Heroes race was, they'd have gotten around to the villain matchup a little sooner, but
yeah.
No.
Not yet. Christopher Purvett straight up the Mr. Natural on C.
You've got it. Looks like the Silver Surfer is not in this issue. It's a bit more terrestrial based. Mr. Natural. From there, a little Spider-Man team up with a name that is garnering a lot more attention nowadays at this point. If you haven't heard the news, you've avoided it so far, and you don't want to know absolutely anything about Thor Ragnarok, you can just cover your ears for like 5 seconds. But we've seen him. It's Hercules. He's coming. We got him in that little teaser. Now is your chance to pick up all those Hercules stories. Get as much Hercules as you possibly can before it's too late. Marvel Team Up issue number 28, Spider-Man and Hercules. Fine condition, $5. Jump down to F for a little double trouble. This is going to be a little 2-issue story arc. Avengers 139 and 140. Both issues together. Avengers versus the Whirlwind. Going to be fine to very fine condition. $15.
Jeffrey Mathis is picking up the Spider-Man Hercules on C.
You've got it. We'll go from there to see if you're as big of a Kirby fan as I am. Pretty nice copy of some Bronze Age DC Jack Kirby, Mr. Miracle, issue number 10, kind of smack dab in the middle of his 18-issue run. I think 18 or 19 issues. I'll go 18. On Mr. Miracle. Very fine, minus condition. Just $10 for everyone's favorite super escape artist.
John Penta's picking up Mr. Miracle.
You've got it, Penta. What's that save? It's all his. It's all in the hips. We'll go back up to C for a great reader copy. Hulk versus the UFOs. Incredible Hulk, issue 276. Very good, fine condition, just $4.
Do H for 3, over to 5.
Yeah, let's do it.
And Jennifer is picking up Hulk on C.
You've got it, Jennifer. Got some more Silver Age coming at you with Metal Men, issue number 32, one of the most criminally underrated Silver Age books. It is so much fun. Every single issue. I mean, if you're at all familiar with the premise, you've got a handful of robots that are made out of a metal that for some reason have the personality of that metal. There's one girl robot that is, of course, hopelessly in love with their human creator. It's nuts. It's everything that makes the Silver Age fun. And I know you think that FN stands for fun, but that means it is in fine condition. So you're getting a real solid mid-grade copy for just $10.
Would you do F for 10? You have it at 15.
F for
the Avengers.
Let's do it. I really wanted to fight you, get $2 extra, but why not? Let's just keep things moving, right?
Yeah.
That's what you like, isn't it, Daniel? It's moving.
It is moving.
I knew it. You're the one person on Earth that doesn't hate moving.
Oh man, they move so many times in such quick succession, like right before the lockdown.
Oh, bad time.
Yeah, because we moved from the basement to the top floor of the house that we were in, but we also moved the people that were up there out, and then we moved to our apartment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all within like 2 weeks.
It's over now, I hope.
Yes, we are
for the time being.
our apartment.
For the time being.
Exactly.
Well, next time you have to move, tell Harrison.
I will. Harrison.
I'm sure he'll be happy to help.
I need help.
Got a real solid mid-grade copy, looking like a very good to a fine on World's Finest, issue 189, going down on F for Finest. Little Batman, little Superman. I love that before he died, Superman willed his super heart to you, Batman. Are you ready for the transplant? With dead Superman on the slab, and Batman just like laying there, like Like, no, I'm not worthy to have his super heart. But like, why are you on the hospital bed, dude? Like, were you just taking a bad nap? Like, $5. You can find out why.
John Penn is picking it up.
You got it.
Would you do the Metal Men for 8? Give it a 10.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then any Doctor Doom, Kang, Fantastic Four, Silver Age, and then just in general Silver or Bronze Age.
Yes. Love it. Love saying yes. Y'all make it real easy on me sometimes.
And H as well.
Oh, and H. Thank you. Speaking of Superman and his super friends, little Brian Azzarello, Jim Lee cover and art, just $5 for Superman issue 210. Superman and Wonder Woman. Of course, you know Jim Lee jumped into DC Comics with 2 feet on the Batman Hush story arc, immediately following that up with the Superman run, because let's be honest, you got Jim Lee coming to DC Comics. What 2 characters are you going to have him doing back to back? And of course, you've got Jim Lee at DC Comics. You're going to do some of those guest spots. Make sure you get all your characters in. You know, I think that Hush story had just about every major Batman hero and villain in it. Absolutely. You're doing the Superman story, you got to get Wonder Woman in there. So, you know, you get your first Jim Lee take on Wonder Woman in there. Just $5.
James is rooting for Wonder Woman to stab Superman.
I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised if one day that story comes to fruition. All right. Y'all asking about slabs. I feel like we're at least half an hour into the show by now, right?
Yeah, we're almost a full hour.
That sounds about right. So we'll go F4 Force. X-Force issue number 1. CGC graded at a 9.8. This one may look a little atypical from what you're expecting, because this is the much lower print run, second printing gold variant. Now, a couple features that I absolutely love about this cover is it's still the wrap cover, so you get front and back with the gold background. You also get the I love that they just make the comics and Marvel Comics gold on the logo. Yeah, it just looks clean. Also of note, they changed the color of Cable's gloves and shoulder pads. So like of all the other characters have their same base covers. Cable in this issue, first print has green straps and brown shoulder pads with kind of olive gloves. This one they went all blue. I guess the green and kind of olive tones, and the browns maybe just didn't stand out on the gold background as much. Personally, and I want to say I have somewhere in the vicinity of a 100% track record on things like this. Really, really underrated, as this is really the only variant cover for X-Force number 1. You can still get it at a CGC 9.8 for under $100. We got that kind of sneak peek goof of X-Force with the Deadpool movie in Deadpool 2. However, it's just too much potential for Disney to not ramp up, knowing that they've got Deadpool and we were gonna start seeing X-Men probably 2025, 2026. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they come in with all of the multiverse stuff and or with all of the kind of Secret Wars stuff. A lot of opportunities. We already know that there's mutants in the current 616 universe. I'm fairly certain that Rogue is going to be in the Marvels next year. They are obviously going to be a big part of the future of Disney's timeline. And if you look with how deep they've gone with the Avengers already and how much they can draw on from popular stuff in the X-Men universe, X-Force, issue number 1, old variant, CGC graded 9.8. That one is down on F.
Couple offers.
Yeah, what you got?
Would you do C and E together, the 2 Superman books for 6? It comes to 10.
C and E. Yeah, let's do it.
Would you do the X-Force slab for 60 over to 75?
I'll tell you what I'll do, because I just put it up. If we'll sit it there for a minute. If anyone wants to make another offer, we'll go with just whatever our best offer is, or if at any point somebody wants to claim it for the full 75. If I get around the board and we get back to that X-Force and we don't have any claims over $60, you've got it.
Robert just upped it to 65, and then Chris Tillman and just claimed it.
There you go.
So, going to Chris Tillman.
Chris Tillman working on that X-Team slabbed collection. Going for the gold. I like it.
Any Star Wars tonight?
I'm sure there's a few Star Warses in here. Let's see what we got.
Probably. So how have you been, Joe? I feel like you haven't been watching the last 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah, here we
It's
go.
been a minute.
Got some Star Wars is for you right here. This is going to be Star Wars issue number 3 from Marvel's big relaunch in 2015 when Disney first got the property. Written by Jason Aaron, covers and interiors by John Cassidy. I'm not just going to give you the close-up of this. It is Luke Skywalker plowing through stormtroopers on a speeder bike, lightsaber drawn. I've got a couple of these. If anyone else wants one, I feel like that cover alone is worth $4.
Great,
and then you get the full interior story. I'll also say this: of all of the Star Wars comics, I've read the entire original Marvel run. I read a good chunk of the Dark Horse stuff. This series is the most like the original trilogy in terms of tone, dialogue, plot, setting, everything. It is the official Disney canon of what takes place with the main Star Wars characters between the original movie, A New Hope, and Empire Strikes Back. If you haven't read this series before, it is incredible. Highly recommended for every Star Wars fan.
So Aaron Parks, Joe Ridley, and Seth Decker. And Joe, I get that. I can respect that. He said it's been crazy trying to multitask now.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right, because you demanded it, we'll go E and F here with Fantastic Four, issue number 84, CGC graded at an 8.0. That is very fine condition. That is a nice high grade Silver Age Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, classic Doctor Doom story, limited edition, Jack Kirby Fantastic Four label. You got that.
Smiley's taking F.
You've got it. And I get to keep talking about it because in addition to the slab, we have the full story, the Fantastic Four issue, Fantastic Four versus Doctor Doom. All 4 issues going to be solid condition, fine condition on all 4 of them. You get that Doctor Doom, just like nobody does this better than Jack Kirby, with the villain just looming over like supernaturally large.
Yeah.
You know, you got them, of course, in a crazy like death trap torture device. Another classic Doctor Doom cover. You asked if we had Doctor Doom. You asked if we had Silver Age FF. You asked if we had some Silver Bronze stuff. You're looking for full stories. You're looking for collections. Just whatever it is. This one meets all of your requirements. All 4 issues together, $160. One of the all-time great Doctor Doom stories. I suppose while I'm fulfilling requests, I think somebody was asking about Spawn. Todd McFarlane doing an homage to Todd McFarlane's all-time favorite artist, Todd McFarlane. This is going to be Spawn issue 298. It is, of course, an homage to his classic Amazing Spider-Man issue 298, where he introduces Chance. It is the lead up to their big issue number 300. What better way to do that than with a little trilogy of homage covers to yourself? I love like the clean, crisp background.
Me too.
The shots going in every direction. Obviously, Spawn doesn't have the webbing, but he's got those classic chains. It's just like everything. This is the first print main cover of the book. It is in near mint condition. This is like weirdly the hardest to find cover for the book. They did a virgin variant that was open order. They did a black and white variant that was open order. Those ones, obviously, as a lot of you know, if you're collecting something, especially something that's over 300 issues, generally speaking, do you want the main cover in your collection? That one's going to be just $15.
Would you do E for a flat 100? You have it 160 for Robert.
That's going to be a bit low, but I will take it all the way down to 125.
Shoot.
There you go. There's a big chunk off of that. We call that big chunk. Big chunk deal number 1.
He says deal for 125.
You got it.
No worries, Jaime. Thanks for getting that invoice taken care of. What is on C? It's that Star Wars number 3.
Yeah, C is Star Wars issue number 3. This is from the first series from Marvel's relaunch when they got the property back in 2015. Written by Jason Aaron. Covers and interiors by John Cassidy. So if you like that art style, he does full interiors on the book. It is just $4. It's going to be a near mint condition. You've got Luke plowing through the stormtroopers on the speeder bike, got his lightsaber out. We already sold 1 or 2 of those. I just had a couple available. So if anyone else wants one, $4 and it is yours. Going over on E for Ecstatics, issue number 1. 30 big pages. I love it. As of course an homage to Giant Size X-Men issue number 1, the Giant Size Ecstatics, by making it just a few pages over the standard 22. You're going to get the first appearance of Venus de Milo, who is the newest member of the Ecstatics. I love that, like, the classic team are largely all still there. It is in very fine near mint condition. Speaking of how prominent X-Force is, I wouldn't be that surprised if this gets a Disney Plus series at some point after they introduce all the mutant stuff. It's just so zany and fun. I think Peter Milligan wrote all of the Ecstatics issues. Obviously, Mike Allred doing covers and full interiors for that book.
Yeah, that's perfect for like a Disney Plus show.
It is, right? Especially because the premise of it is like set up as the original premise was set up as a mutant superhero team reality show. So like it's made for TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. A name that we are always getting asked for more. Obviously, speaking of properties that have already had more than one TV show and a number of movies, etc., etc. A character that I don't foresee will ever lose their place in the pantheon of DC characters. Harley Quinn from her Rebirth series, issue number 9. Amanda Connor doing covers and co-writing with Jimmy Palmiotti. Near mint condition, going to be just $5.
Any pages picking that up?
You've got it. Let's see. I promised some more FF. Let's get some more FF. Issue number 152, settling you into the Bronze Age. A little bit higher grade than the set, but the same grade as that slab. Very fine condition. You got the FF with some Inhumans. Medusa, a long time ally of the Fantastic Four. That one going to be just $10.
I like how the computer just switched to give me the alert that there could be a thunderstorm.
Might be. Like I said, I think it's nonstop from the beginning of the show through the end.
Me too.
I meant to mention it and like the lead up through everything, and then the little thing went off, and I was like, right, I should tell people about that just in case. Part of me like just really wishes that it was like World of Madness, World of Dome, because of
That would
like
be great.
little thing they're under. But you never know what dastardly villains may be lurking within the pages of the book, though. So
That's right.
it could always bring it all back. You never know. You never know. All right, got another complete set here for a series that I think is really underrated. This is going to be 20 issues for just $25 for DC's ongoing The Shadow series. Bill Sienkiewicz doing covers and interiors for the first story arc. Absolutely gorgeous. If you love Bill Sienkiewicz, he of course does the cover for this, which is, I mean, nothing short of iconic. Full interiors. Look that gorgeous. Yeah, Shadows and Light, I believe, is a 4-issue story arc. Nope, 6 issues. He does the first 6 issues. There's a 19-issue series. You get all 19 issues plus the annual number 1. All 20 issues together, just $25. That's just over $1 a book for the complete ongoing Shadow series from DC Comics. First ongoing Shadow series from DC. I know for a while there was a little bit more spec on the Shadow, and that book alone was selling for like $20. They're all very fine to near mint condition, real high grade copies. Good stuff. Good stuff. We'll go from a astonishing X-Men to all new Wolverine issue number 31. This is going to be a near mint condition. You get Laura mixing it up with everyone's favorite Mark with a mouth, Deadpool. You know, you love him. Can't get enough of him. $5 down on A because it's all new and all different. Yeah, you know, not all different. There's really just one major difference, but it's noticeable. There's a noticeable difference, we'll call it.
Stop picking that up. I was just scrolling through some of the covers from that Shadow set. Freaking awesome.
It looks good. It's such a good book. Like I said, underrated. Going up on A, the Amazing Spider-Man issue 132. Very good condition, great reader copy. Spidey versus the Molten Man, who they, of course, if you like me, follow all of the toy news, just announced he's going to be getting his first Marvel Legends action figure as part of a Spidey 5-pack. I think it's going to be an Amazon exclusive. So kind of double up on the A adventure there. Very good condition, just $10. We'll go B for Berserker. Speaking of some cross-media projects, this one really fun because it was obviously developed by a movie star to be a comic book that then, of course, immediately got picked up to be a live-action project.
Yeah.
This is, I believe, issue number 1 with the...
I think that's 9?
Might be issue number 9. We'll double-check. Is issue number 9. Thank you, Daniel, for being a lot more up on this. It is the Humberto Ramos black and white 1 in 100 variant. It is in near mint condition. We've got that one for $85. If you're a big Keanu Reeves fan, if you love the Berserker story, kind of a Vandal Savage vibe. If he was more of a good guy, yeah.
It's actually pretty perfect.
Go C for GI Combat, issue 169, Death of a Tank, the bombshell saga that created the new Haunted Tank. Tanks versus Planes. Really cool Bronze Age war comic. Very good to find condition. $5.
Just love the Tanks versus Planes.
Tanks versus Planes. It sounds like an app, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it does. Like a mobile game.
Yeah. We've got the Tony Christensen DC Comics solo with Dead Man on the cover. The DC solo series is a bunch of one-shots that highlight a bunch of individual creators that do full story and art throughout the entire issue. It's an anthology of just sort of whatever DC stories they want to tell. Teddy Christensen has this just phenomenal art style, absolutely perfect for a character like Deadman. So again, this one really showcasing something that you're probably not going to get. You've got it, Sean. A little D for Detective Comics, some Bronze Age Bat in that Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams era. 48 pages, bigger and better. You've got Batman in the feature story. You got a Batgirl backup story. You got Man Bat in there, more bats than you can shake a stick at. Detective Comics, 416. Very good plus condition. $32.
Thanks, Kyle and Barry, for sharing. Just as a reminder, that enters you in for a chance to pick up that Spider-Woman number 1 in 25.
Well.
Got here.
Doesn't that sound nice? Go and get some Invincible Iron Man versus one of the somehow weirdest versions of MODOK. They gave him a robot body and scale with his giant head, and it just somehow just looks like weirder than his tiny little legs coming out of his chin. But kind of perfect for a villain. If you're looking for some MODOK stories ahead of his introduction into the MCU, or kind of the first as MODOK. The character had a cameo in Iron Man 2 as a just in name only. $10. Invincible Iron Man issue number 74, very fine condition. $10.
What is on G?
Sitting on G right now is the complete ongoing series from the 1987 DC Comics of The Shadow. It's issues 1 through 19 plus the annual. The first story arc, covers and interiors, full interiors by Bill Sienkiewicz. Absolutely incredible. You get all 20 issues for just $25. That's just over $1 an issue for a complete series. If you like The Shadow at all, it's an absolute must-read story. Go something a little unexpected. The Unexpected, issue number 109. Again, some Bronze Age horror. I know we got a lot of you horror fans in here. Die, Dream Girl, die. A lot of focus on dreams today for obvious reasons. Again, real solid mid-grade copy, fine condition. Gonna be just $10.
Nobody picking up that Road to 300 spawn.
I just assume everybody's got one already.
That's fair. On B, that's Berserker number 9, the 1 in 100 ratio variant.
Got Justice League of America, issue 157, oversized issue, $10. Going to be in a very good condition. You get all of your classic Justice Leaguers. Get Supergirl, mixing it up with the team in there as well. Don't always have the opportunity to see her with the Justice League. It's always fun when she gets to hang out with some of the other heroes. Down on the end, we've got the iconic Magneto covered X-Men issue number 1. This is, of course, the first big major secondary X-Men title. Very quickly overtook the Uncanny X-Men by merit of this being the single best-selling comic of all time. Each of the other covers features 2 or 4 of the X-Men team all facing off against their primary nemesis. This is the only one that features just one main character. It is probably the single most iconic image of Magneto in existence, and it could be yours for just $5.
Would you do B for 70? Give it an 85.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think it's like the first time I put up an Amazing Spider-Man. Made it all the way around. No takers.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, speaking of making it all the way around, we've got 4-color issue 784. 4-color Dell Comics, famously one-shot series that every single issue is the entirely self-sustained book. You've got just a ridiculous number of first appearances because there are so many different like properties that are adapted into comics. This one, the rendition of Around the World in 80 Days, based on the classic. You've got a key.
Justin Davis saying, I can't see the Jim Lee signature on that X-Men.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird to have some X-Men that aren't signed by Jim Lee anymore, but there's a couple in here. Ooh. This one that I specifically priced for Sienna Show on Tuesday, and I'm so tickled that they did not get around to putting it up. The Super Friends. If you love 1970s cartoons, this is where it is at. A lot of people's first introduction to the Justice League, or really any of the DC Comics characters, came through this story. They're super fun. This is going to be the last issue before they introduce the Wonder Twins, who show up in issue number 7. But I've just got just like a real sucker for any time that there's like evil monkeys or apes or whatever that they have to fight. So yeah, this like super weird ringmaster of sorts. And I clearly didn't watch enough Super Friends myself, or did not retain enough from it from when I was watching it on reruns when I was like 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Super fun, really nice copy, very fine condition, $10.
Got a couple offers.
Yeah, what you got?
Would you do the JLA on H for 7? You have it at 10. Suresh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Would you do the Unexpected on F for 6? You have it at 10 for Alan.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sean Connery was saying, I just wanted to say that those the books of magic are heavy. He picked up the 2 Omnibuy last week.
Oh, yeah, that's like all the books of magic. Yeah, that's when you really gotta get yourself a lectern if you're gonna become an omnibus reader. It's not a book to lay in bed and hold over your head.
No. Would you I for 3? You have it at 5 for Justin Davis.
Yeah, let's do it. Anything else while we got y'all?
James says that Super Friends, the last issue, the Wonder Twins showed up, or before the Wonder Twins showed up and ruined everything.
Right, if you're a real anti-Wonder Twins, this is your last, back before the Super Friends were goofy, I guess. Going over on F, some Superboy action if you like your Superman to have a little less experience. Superboy issue 188. All new stories, best in comics. That is it's a bold claim, and they meant it. It's gonna be in fine condition, $5.
Sean Conley's picking up Superboy on F.
Sounds good.
What is the issue number on B for Superboy?
Issue number 6.
Issue number 6.
We're down on I for Lois Lane, issue 115. It is going on I very purposefully. There's a $20 issue in fine condition because this is the third appearance of, again, major DC player who I don't think is ever going to diminish in popularity. Poison Ivy, who of course debuts in Batman 181, shows up just 2 issues later in 183, the next time she is anywhere in the DC universe. Lois Lane.
That's an interesting
Lois Lane,
choice.
issue 115. $20 for the third appearance of Poison Ivy.
What is on G? It's that Shadow set.
Yeah, this is the complete ongoing series from DC Comics of The Shadow. It's issues 1 through 19 and the annual. All the books are going to be in very fine and near mint condition. Bill Sienkiewicz doing covers and interiors for that first story arc. All 20 issues together for just $25. Crazy deal. Crazy good deal. Got DC Comics Presents issue number 21. Superman teaming up with the Elongated Man, going berserk. Superman's got to stop him. He's all over the place in the Fortress of Solitude. This book's going to be in near mint condition. Really nice copy if you're going for this Bronze Age. DC Comics Presents, $6.
Would you I for 12? Give it a 20 for John Lucio. That third Poison Ivy.
Could go down to 12. Let's call it 15. I'll go down 5 if you want to come up a few. I think that's fair. Third appearance of Poison Ivy, pretty solid mid-grade copy. Superman and Lois Lane. It's a lot of big headliners, a lot of big names. Going over to F. Before he was introduced as Ares in Wonder Woman #1 by George Perez. Wendy facing off against the Roman equivalent God of War, Wonder Woman versus Mars, in Wonder Woman issue 215 from her original series. Going to be just $15. Pretty solid copy in very fine condition. A good candidate for a clean and press if you really wanted to invest that into getting a higher grade Wonder Woman comic. But at just $15, not bad at all. Little Aquaman in here as well for all our Aqua fans out there.
Like he's just showing up in the corner, like I'm here too.
Yeah, I mean, really, how much more can you ask for in a Wonder Woman comic, right?
Oh, for sure. John, just to confirm, you're claiming I at the counter offer of 15 and not the initial offer of 12. Just let me know. We'll get that taken care of. Steven's picking up Wonder Woman on F.
You got it. We've got the X-Men 1995 annual. Going down on F for 5. Phoenix and Beast squaring off with Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister. Couple grade A baddies coming at you right there. Big oversized issue near mint minus condition, just $5. Going up on A because our one Aquaman book sold so fast. That's clearly why you all jumped on that Wonder Woman. Aquaman issue number 4 from the Peter David story. You get Aquaman versus Lobo, the main man. Also going to get the first appearance of Captain Kamon Tanaka, who goes on to become a much bigger player in the Aquaman universe. This is, of course, when Aquaman was cool because he had a beard and a hook for a hand, way better than any other version of Aquaman. Again, high grade copy, going to be near mint minus condition, just $5.
John Lucio said he's picking up that Lois Lane for 15, so I's been claimed.
You've got it. We'll switch that up with a couple buds. Mixing it up in Marvel Team Up, issue 23. Marvel Team Up, famously the Spider-Man Team Up book. However, a few issues, his best pal, Johnny Storm taking over with the two youngest members of a couple big family teams, Human Torch and Iceman. Yeah, that's right. Going at it right there on the cover. Classic team up. Going to be fine, very fine condition. So a little bit nicer copy for a Bronze Age book. That one's going to be $20, satisfying all of our Fantastic Four and X-Men fans. If you're really not sure which one of them is going to take off in the next couple years, this is the book for you.
Safe bet.
Yeah.
Would you do Aquaman on A for 3, give it a 5?
Yeah, I will. I will do that. I'll enjoy it even. Go over to Avengers Classic issue number 2. This one really fun. It is I probably can't see the names up. Stan Lee, Jack Kirby. It is a reprint of the Silver Age Avengers issue number 2. Of course, the second appearance of the Avengers versus the Space Phantom. I believe it is his first appearance as well. It's in near mint condition. You've got an all new, all different Art Adams cover on there. However, probably a couple names that you're not as familiar with if you're Silver Age solo collectors, with Dwayne McDuffie and Michael Avon Oeming doing an Avengers backup story in that as well. So really cool issue, $5, 2 Avengers, a classic and a brand new, all different tale. And just in case you were worried that you would get deprived of the Jack Kirby cover, you get the back cover with the original.
That's cool.
Jack Kirby artwork as well.
I like that.
So 2 great Avengers stories in one easy to claim Avengers comic, Avengers Classic, issue number 2.
We got 4 minutes till the break.
I could probably fill 4 minutes.
I believe in you. I think that's doable.
Thank you. The sensational character find of 1985, Kid Devil making his debut in Blue Devil issue number 14. This book is solid, higher grade, very fine condition, big, hot, devilish key issue. Just $6. Kid Devil had a little tenure in the mid 2000s Teen Titans run, and is of course still kicking around somewhere in the DC universe.
He's got to be somewhere.
Yeah. We've got Catwoman issue number 69. It's going to be an Adam Hughes cover. It's going to be a near mint minus condition. You have all of the main Batman villains popping up on tabs. Catwoman a little overwhelmed. Absolutely just gorgeous balance by Adam Hughes. Does a great job with the lighting. All of the pink monitors on the bottom kind of illuminating Catwoman from the back, with the blue light coming off the computer screen on top. Just really well composed. Something that a lot of people think about when they look at Adam Hughes' artwork, but really does a masterful job with cover art.
Suresh is picking up that Blue Devil on B.
You've got it. A little swampy. This is from the Brian K. Bond series. This book's going to be in very fine condition. Probably about the lowest print run Swamp Thing series that they've done. Coming out in 2000. This is Swamp Thing issue number 6. If you like Saga, Why the Last Man, if you like Runaways or any of those other classic Brian K. Vaughan books, go ahead and nab his take on Swamp Thing right here, just $8.
Do that Swamp Thing for 5. You have it at 8 for Ralph.
Sure, we can do that. Oh, is that shadow that everybody was asking about? Well, he's been up there a minute. If anyone else wants it, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Going over to F with a mega guest issue laden Man Thing issue number 20. Man Thing not enough to sell you on the comic. All right, how about a little early Shang-Chi appearance? Still not good enough. All right, we got Daredevil. You're craving more. All right, Spidey right in there with you. Still not enough. The ever-loving blue-eyed Thing. Real nice, high-grade copy. Very fine condition. Just $20. Going under F for 5 phenomenal heroes.
Would you Catwoman on C for 6? You have it at 10 for Eddie Page.
Let's call it $7. You got one extra buck in it. It is yours.
What is on D and what is on H?
D is Detective Comics, issue number 416. It's in very good plus condition. We've got the feature story of Batman with a Batgirl backup story, 48 pages, oversized issue from the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams run on Detective. It's $32. And H is DC Comics Presents issue number 21, Superman with the Elongated Man, Ross Andrew artwork. Great copy, near mint condition, $6.
Eddie says it's a deal for 7 on C.
You've got it.
Did you want to fill those up before?
Yeah,
break?
we'll give you one last board here. We've got Moon Knight issue number 14 from the Jeff Lemire run. It is just an absolutely incredible cover. Greg Smallwood doing just really clever artwork. All of the various different personalities of Mark Spector duking it out over the background with Khonshu at the top of a pyramid. This book is in near mint condition. Absolutely incredible. Just $10. Obviously, Moon Knight, I believe, already slated for a season 2.
It's the final issue of the Lemire run.
The epic conclusion, even.
Franz is picking it up.
You got it, Franz. Got some more Superboy with a little Super Baby action. Going to be in good condition. Bonus, and this is what really sells it, I think. You get the first ever meeting of Superboy and Robin, which is a reprint from a Golden Age story. This one came out in the Silver Age hardcover. It's going to make it significantly more affordable to pick up, just $5 if you like Robin, if you like Superboy, if you like Super Baby, or any of the other various younger superheroes. Going up on C, Thor facing what is sure to be his most evenly matched opponent ever, Thor. That's right. The Marvel 616 Thor facing off against the more classical Viking mythology Thor, which I think is really fun. Just $5 in fine condition.
Sean Collins picking up that Superboy on G.
You've got it, Sean.
Would you do Man Thing for 10? You have it at 20 for Smiley.
You said Superboy on G. We'll do 14 on Man Thing. So I'll come closer to your number than mine. I'll do 6 off. You got 4 for me. We'll replace G with Kazar, issue number 1. This is going to be his first self-titled series after this version of Kazar's debut in the X-Men issue number 10. Going down to the Savage Land. Obviously, there is a Golden Age Kazar who is a completely different character. But if you like those jungle actions, of course, you got Zabu, the partner, not a pet, not a sidekick, full partner. Zabu, the Sabretooth. Very fine condition. Pretty nice copy if you like your animalistic heroes and or your animal companions.
Smiley says 14 is good for Man Thing on F.
You got it.
We've had a couple slabs up tonight.
Yeah, we have had a couple. I have a couple more hiding just in case we need to get there. We'll see how it goes. We're having a real good night, selling through a whole lot of stuff. I might have to put up a couple slabs we've got laying around.
Yeah.
Then we'll go over to that last B-hole with Batwoman, issue number 2. This is the J.G. Jones variant, painted artwork cover, near mint condition. Going to be just $4. And as our board is full, we'll go ahead and take a short break. We'll be back in a minute with tons more comics. Feel free to claim as many of these books during that break as you like. We'll make sure to get them all in the order they come in. And don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the Ultimate Comics Super Secret Warehouse. We have so many unprocessed boxes, literally thousands. What you just saw in the little shot was not even half of just unprocessed long boxes that we have not gone through yet. This is the stuff we use for our live show, so I thought it'd be really fun to give you guys a behind the scenes look and hopefully find gold. If not, it should still be pretty fun to see what's in this box. All right, let's see what's in this bad boy. Oh, heck yeah. This is the first print of Ultimate Spider-Man 1. This is the OG printing. You know, you got a couple ticks on the spine there, but still probably like a $50 book. Pretty nice. And that is pretty hot right now. Oh, snap. I am very surprised I censored myself. This is the first issue of Knights of the Old Republic. This is a super hot book right now. I am really happy about that. That is awesome. Okay, all right, back to the box. Okay.
All right, and we're back.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Comics Live Show. Let's go ahead and pop up another preview book. You know how I love putting the big ones up right after the break. Doesn't get much bigger than this. That's right. V for Vendetta, I through X, for those of you who don't speak Latin, that is 1 through 10. This is the complete original V for Vendetta series. Came out through DC Vertigo Comics. It is written by the incomparable Alan Moore. David Lloyd doing the artwork for that series. Probably the second most well-known Alan Moore comic book series. Can you think of any other series that he has done that would be more well-known besides Watchmen? Maybe League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Maybe.
I don't think that many people associate it with him the same way they do for V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
They just know that there's a movie that exists that does not live up to the potential.
Yep.
We'll say
Yeah.
for that one. It's an absolutely incredible story. As much as I hate to admit it, it feels more pertinent every single year. A lot of people when the movie came out were believing that the movie was chastising the then current American administration, despite the fact that it is very specifically written about the political administration of 1980s Britain, because that is when it was written and who it was written by, and just happens to line up with a lot of things that have been happening in America lately. All 10 books are going to be in near mint condition. It is a complete set for $160.
And Franz, we took your offer on that Kazar book at 10, and then Jennifer, we got you for the Batwoman that was on B. James is saying he thinks Sienna's going to bring back some Euro comics for the live show.
Oh, maybe. We'll see what they can squeeze into their luggage.
For real, yeah. I know they keep saying they're going to hit up a bunch of places.
Hope they don't get stopped at the border with all those
contraband.
All those contraband European comics.
Contraband? I can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's too much of a stretch. I tried.
Go over on G. Walt Disney Comics and Stories, issue number 275. You got Zorro, Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, Little Bad Wolf, Little Briar Rabbit, Scamp, Goofy, all your favorites in one issue. Fine minus condition, $10 from Gold Key Comics.
What is on D again? It's the Batman or Detective.
Detective Comics issue number 416, 48-page oversized issue. Batman and Batgirl. Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams, $32.
Man, Batman.
It's actually the 147th appearance of Flashlight in Batman.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's an often used piece of his equipment. Going over on F4, Phantom. The Vapors of Vulcan, the most sinister threat to ever face Bengal. This is going to be Charlton's issue number 47 of the Phantom. All new adventures. When they started publishing, I believe they were reprinting Golden Age stories and comic strips. This one finally getting into all new, all different stories for everyone's favorite masked adventurers. Going to be just $10 in fine condition. Go over to see some classic Joe Kubert. Coincidentally, you've got the, just really, really phenomenal cover with the main characters reflected in the glass blood canister. I guess they were glass as opposed to the plastic bags that we use now. Just seemed particularly interesting as I left work yesterday to give blood. So just like really crazy that I came across this one just earlier today. Felt very, very relevant to my current life experiences. Obviously, Joe Kubert artwork, always going to be a phenomenal story. Oversized issue on this one. It is issue number 237. That one is $10. As for some Star Wars, we had a couple of the newer ones. How about some of the original Star Wars tales? We've got Droids, issue number 1, the first big spin-off from the Star Wars comics. This is their all ages imprint, Star Comics. Obviously, they had the cartoon of it as well. The Further Adventures of R2-D2 and C-3PO. Really high grade from 1985. Going to be very fine to near mint condition for just $30. Going down on D for the D and R2-D2, which is of course short for Desmond.
Like Droids was right there.
Yeah, that's Droids is right there.
Fair.
Do we have?
Okay. The Iron Man that you just took off of E. And then the Sergeant Rock on C. It's like Bill Scott's gonna pick those up.
You got it. Going over on E. Got Superman's best pal, the new Jimmy Olsen. All new, all different, because of course he's written and drawn by true comic book royalty, Jack the King Kirby, taking over some of those fledgling titles at DC Comics. This one's going to be just $10 for Jimmy Olsen, $144. Obviously, about a year after he introduced Darkseid and the Fourth World through Jimmy Olsen. This book going to be in fine condition. On C, some more. I love these Bronze Age horrors. This one of my favorite titles from the bunch. Witching Hour, issue number 48. You get these skeletal pirates, skeletal sailors. The Curse of the Chinese Charm. Digging through the treasure. Scuba diver looks very worried. That one's going to be in very good condition for $5. That one's gonna go under C for for the coins that are probably in the treasure chest. And not for the curse, because that would be tacky.
We don't want to pass that along to anyone.
Yeah.
Also, it's under the sea because
it's under the sea.
It's under the sea.
Missed it. That was the obvious reason. That's why we are both here.
Between the two of us.
You all think that I need Daniel to do like all the computers and tagging all the books and like helping prep stuff and doing all the invoices? No, it's to help complete my visionary wordsmithing.
It's just it's pun assistance.
It's team effort. Speaking of teams, Strange Adventures. It's going to be issue number 234. It is in very good defined condition, the middleist of middle grade comics. Of course, you're going to get your Adam Strange as well as a handful of other stories. Going to be just $5 if you like that classic Silver Bronze Age sci-fi. Which is of course short for science fidelity.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you do that Jimmy Olsen on E for 6? You have it at 10 for Keith?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? That's why they call me Why Not Harvey.
Any Masters of the Universe?
I don't think I have any tonight. I love Motu, and I'm always happy to price and put out some Masters comics when we get them, but have not had any recently. I'll keep an eye out. Going on H, Incredible Hulk, issue number 146, fine condition, classic Hulk versus Tank. Everybody loves that. Herb Trimpe is one of the longest tenured Hulk artists of all time. Really set the style guide for the character. Hulk came to desert to find peace. But if puny humans want war, then it's war. I'm telling you, you would think 146 issues or so in. Now, obviously, that numbering is really only after 102. But at this point, he had been in the comic starting with issue 59 when it was Tales to Astonish. Like, you've got nearly 100 issues of just Tales to Astonish and Hulk to know that you're not going to get him with a bunch of army guys with guns. Why even try anymore?
For real, yeah.
It's just you're just wasting bullets. At that point, I, the taxpayer, am angry at you for just wasting money. You're just throwing it in the garbage at that point.
I think that's the book that you need to write. Is the taxpayer perspective.
Yeah, I would write a mean Peter Henry Gyrich, everybody's least favorite Marvel bureaucrat.
Any Gwen Stacy in the box?
Maybe she's in some of those Spidey books that we have. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. We've got some Superboy 114, little Phantom Zone story. Those are always going to be fun. This book's in very good condition. We've got that for just $6.
James is asking if that's the political platform that you're running on.
On stop wasting bullets on the Hulk. If I were in the Marvel Universe, I could think of worst campaign slogans. I would run on that way before I ran on No More Mutants.
Yeah.
Not really my bag. Figure it out. I think I have a way higher chance of getting elected in the Marvel Universe than the real one. I will say that. This one particularly fun. I absolutely love this. It is a 2-issue story of the Avengers, issues 137 and 136. Gonna be the first appearance of the Bounding Blue Beast in the Avengers, a long-time Avengers character. Obviously, incredibly well known from his time as one of the original X-Men and in the cartoon and the Jim Lee team. A lot of people, if you're only an X fan, forget that from issue 137 through the 90s, he was with the Avengers until he left to be back with X-Force, so I guess the 80s. But a solid like 10, 20 years. Both issues together, very fine condition, $20.
You got Eddie Page's vote for office.
Well, that's one.
Hey, It's one more than
I
you
hope
had.
you're registered to vote in Durham, North Carolina.
Yeah, he's one of the carry subs. Oh, and he says you have to. He's picked your running mate.
Oh, good.
It's Harrison.
Ah, I mean, Harrison a lot more of a political insider than
Yeah,
I
was gonna
way
say,
more experienced. I think he would probably be the first to tell you about how generally unelectable I am and how broadly generally unelectable he would be as well. We have, I think, some personal opinions and beliefs that we don't tend to share on the live show that I doubt would be as popular to the wide margin of North Carolina voters. But one thing we can all agree on is some strange sports stories and how much fun they are. Sports, the great unifier of America. This is going to be DC Special Series, issue number 13. It is a giant, oversized issue anthology of just strange sports stories. It's a great time for sports right now. We're gearing up for the back half of the season in baseball. Obviously, just a couple of months before their playoffs, we are 1 month away from the start of the NFL season, which is my favorite league just through years and years and years of it being a large part of my life. I believe hockey should be gearing up soon, and they're doing summer league basketball. You get just a little bit of everything without being completely overwhelmed like things pick up in like November right before basketball is going. Anyways, if you need that little sports pick me up right now before things really get going, $5 down on C for cricket, which is a sport and kind of weird.
I have been told that cricket is in fact a sport.
There's one thing I know about sports. It's that cricket is one of them.
We still got that complete set of V for Vendetta up on B. All 10 issues, Alan Moore. So good.
Phenomenal story. Go to, what's been up here? F? G?
Either one.
H? Either one. I'll try F. Luke Cage, Power Man, issue number 26. The Night Shocker. The night is long, and I am hungry, mortal. I have a feeling those vampire fangs might not fare well against Luke Cage's bulletproof skin, but you never know. You can never be too sure. I'm assuming it's going to be a bad night for Night Shocker over here. $5, fine condition.
Would you do Strange Adventures on H for 3? You have it at 5 for
Yeah,
bronze.
we can do that. We can do that.
And then Jimmy Lee's picking up the Power Man on F.
You've got it. For fangs.
For fangs.
Got some Superman, some pretty nice condition on this one. Superman issue 271 in very fine condition. Who is the man who murdered Metropolis? That's a tall order for a taller man. Got the whole city in his hand. Just $5. Some more World's Finest. This is going to be World's Finest 268. This book is in very fine condition. Big old oversized issues. 5 stories. You, of course, have your feature with Batman and Superman. Not enough for you. You got a little Red Tornado, Hawkman, Green Arrow, and Shazam. 5 full stories. That's coming at you for just $1 a story. Less than $1 per hero.
Yeah. Bill Scott's picking up Superman on H.
You've got it.
Good save. He's also picking up World's Finest on F.
Excellent. We'll use that H spot pop up where these preview books. An absolutely gorgeous, iconic John Byrne Spider-Man and the highly stylistic, all black and white Peter Parker Spider-Man issue number 101. What I absolutely love about this is obviously all of the buildings around him kind of not monolithic. Like they each have a different pattern to distinguish them from one another using nothing but straight lines and black and white. The corner box also black and white. The logo all black and white. Part of me like wishes they had done the logo, but I feel like it would have not popped out. It would have been a lot less obvious what book it is.
Yeah.
This book is in near mint condition. Absolutely gorgeous. High grade if you love John Byrne, if you like Spider-Man, especially if you're one of those black costume fans. This is a great pickup. One of those books that if it doesn't sell, very well might get shipped off to CGC.
Is there any She-Hulk in the boxes?
I don't think there's any She-Hulk that's going to be out tonight. However, if you've been following the Ultimate Comics live show, you know that we like to do a lot of tie-in shows. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if sometime maybe in September you saw a Hulk-sized She-Hulk special. So if you're a big She-Hulk fan, if you're a big Hulk fan, looking for a lot of those key issues, stay tuned. You are not that far away.
Any Shazam?
Same answer, but prolong September to, I think that movie comes out in November. Going over on F. Now this is super cool. I absolutely love this. I'll take it. I'm just gonna have to take it out, I think, unless somebody just claims it immediately. This is the Sandman 20th anniversary poster. It's $24. It's in very fine to near mint condition. Which is kind of weird to grade a poster as opposed to a comic book. But this is a full-size poster with all of your favorite Sandman characters. So I really like, because it's so big.
Oh, yeah. No,
I don't want to
I understand.
mess it up here. Let me see how much of this thing will even fit in frame.
Jeez.
Every member of the Endless. You've got Goldie, Lucian, Merv, the Corinthian, obviously Dream, Death, Desire, Despair.
Able to lower it just a tad. You pretty much got it.
If we can get most of it in frame here. Yeah, absolutely incredible poster. You've got Lucifer obviously up in the top. It's incredible. Super cool. If you're a big fan of Sandman, if you love the comic series, if you love the show and you just know that you're gonna love the comic series, if you've got any space, this is a piece that I'm telling you right now I would have kept for my own collection were it not for the fact that I already own this poster and have it on display in my own library. $24. Great condition.
Lady Page is asking, when are we going to have the Gambit special?
That's a great question.
I don't think Sienna will allow us to have a Gambit special.
Well, you know, Sienna's going to be gone for a couple weeks here. We had a mini Gambit special that actually Sienna had to do, like last week. We had his first appearance. We had his first issue of his series. Like we had 4 or 5 pretty good Gambit books. I feel like you see Gambit every now and again.
Awesome.
Whenever he gets his own solo movie, I'm sure we'll have a more focused Gambit special.
Whenever Channing Tatum can get that off the ground.
I have a feeling they're going to go ahead and recast at this point, but you never know.
I think so too, but I just know that was his.
Yeah,
that was his Deadpool.
That was his thing. We got Batman Superman issue number 30. This was a pretty cool variant cover series that they did for promoting the Batman Superman movie when it first came out. They shipped I want to say it was like 20 something of DC books that month that had 3 different versions of Batman Superman variants. This one, the kind of half sketch, half inks, half colors. Yeah, that works. 3 halves. Only going to be just $4.
Mathematically.
If you like Batman, Superman, if you like kind of that fading artwork style.
So yeah, that kind of gradient is really cool.
Yeah. I just particularly love, especially when you can see sort of just as a how it's made, kind of, where you get like the full pencils, which are obviously a lot sketchier, and then you see how that translates into inks before it even gets colored. Like, it's just really cool. You rarely get to see all 3 steps of the process in one book. We've got Justice League of America, issue number 92, another oversized issue. This one, because you can't cram all of these heroes into just one normal-sized book. You've got the whole Justice League of America, and of course, the Earth 2 counterparts, Justice Society of America, with your Jay Garrick Flash, your Alan Scott Green Lantern, and on down. Little Robin bonus getting in on this. JLA versus Solomon Grundy. This book is in fine condition for $28. That is a Neil Adams cover as well for all the Neil Adams fans out there. You get his signature style with the low angle kind of camera shot that Neil Adams probably doesn't get enough credit for, but just doing kind of fun and interesting different angles, really upping the emotion that goes into a lot of the artworks that he did.
Would you do it for 25? Give it a 28 for John Penta?
Yeah, we can do that. Absolutely.
And then Eddie Page is taking that Batman Superman on G.
You've got it. All right, going up on A. Oh, you know what? It's going to go on G. I'm going to put it on G. This is a set that I was probably a lot more excited to put together than most people would expect. It is the complete DC 1 million crossover. The premise being, what will the DC Comics universe look like when all of their issues get to issue number 1 million? It is a 4-issue miniseries. You're going to get the first appearance of Solaris in there. You're going to get the first appearance of Superman Prime. And I'm sure you're sitting there asking yourself, how is this 4-issue miniseries going to be $75? Because it also includes every single one. And I made Daniel double check. So if it's wrong,
a whole list for myself.
yeah, we made a whole list. How many even are here? So you got the DC 1 million 80-page giant, which came out after the original series, so a lot of sets are missing it. This book alone is like going for $20 to $40, near mint condition. Young Heroes in Love, Wonder Woman, Superman, Man of Steel, Superman, Man of Tomorrow, Resurrection Man, Supergirl, Superboy, Starman, Nightwing, Robin, Shazam, Young Justice, Martian Manhunter, Legionnaires, Lobo. We've got Legion of Superheroes. We've got Justice League of America, of course. Impulse. You've got Hitman, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Flash, Detective Comics, Creeper, Kronos, Chase, Catwoman, Booster Gold, Shadow of the Bat, Batman, Azrael, Aquaman, Adventures of Superman, and of course Action Comics. As line wide, every single book that DC was publishing got a 1 million issue. That's what, like 30 or 40 something books?
Yeah, it was like 31 for just the one shots, and then you have the 4-issue series.
So,
the other,
yeah, 36. That's coming at you at just like $2 an issue for the complete series by Grant Morrison and everybody else that was working at DC at the time. It's a really fun event because obviously it takes place 1 million issues in the future. It is a perfect reading point for anybody that likes any version of any of these characters. $75 scores you the complete whole set.
Would you do the Spectacular Spider-Man on H for 80? You have it 100.
Yeah, we can do that.
So on Smiley. We did have that Fantastic Four slab up earlier.
Yep, that one went. Speaking of complete holes, we got Rick and Morty presents Unity, issue number 1 by Teeny Howard. It's going to go on a hole that is in near mint condition. That is just $5. We've got Superman issue 277. This book is in fine condition for $8. Going down on I, we have Iron Fist, issue number 2, The Valley of the Damned. This one, you get the origin of Iron Fist, as well as the first appearance of Danny Rand's half-sister, Miranda. Really nice, high-grade copy, very fine condition, just $20. Martial Arts Mayhem in the Forest of Fear. Because you can't have a good, proper Marvel book without some solid alliteration on there.
Yeah, it's not right.
Which is, of course, the only reason that we have to follow that putting books up. Has nothing to do with my own weird OCD.
It has nothing to you have lived your life in accordance to the Marvel alliteration that is now just been ingrained in you.
Read way too many Silver Age comics. We'll swap one super book out. This one, pretty cool. This is Superman and Wonder Woman, Computer Masters of Metropolis. That's right, teaming up with the TRS-80 computer whiz kids to take on the famed Luddite Lex Luthor. This one is going to be in, looks like very fine to near mint condition, just $6. If the absurdity of that cover alone doesn't prompt you to need to read this issue, I don't know what we're even doing here.
I mean, it just kind of sounds like one of those like after school specials or
something. It does. That's exactly what this is.
Super kids need to, or the superheroes need to team up with the regular kids to.
Well, I don't know if the kids that were good at computers in the 80s were the regular kids.
Okay. Would you do H for 5? You have it at 8.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Scott.
We can do that. And opens up the space for this Legion of Superheroes, issue number 261. This book is in very fine condition. It is just $4. I love this cover. It's just like classic, them kind of charging out in every direction. 12 hours to find the killers of Earth, where Earth goes to war, and then just kind of all over the place. Mon-El, Brainy, Timberwolf. Witness the final act in the Circus of Death, which is, of course, significantly more dastardly than the Marvel counterpart, Circus of Crime.
Yeah, it's
a lot more dangerous.
It's a lot more final.
A lot more permanent. Not necessarily in a good way. A name that always tried to get on the show, but I don't think we've gotten to yet today. So got to make sure we get our Matt Murdock fans a little something to ogle at. We got Daredevil. This is going to be a 2-issue story. Good old Hornhead versus Copperhead, and Copperhead's first and second appearance. Issue 124 and 125 together. Very fine condition. Real nice Bronze Age comics. Both books together, just $20. The 124, because it is that villain first appearance, that book alone was selling for like 15 or $20. And you know me, I've got to keep full stories together if I've got them. So I was like, flat 20, great deal. Would love for one of our DD fans to head home with that tonight. Or rather, claim it tonight, I guess. Get it sometime next week. You see.
Yeah. Man, how often do we have Alan Moore and Grant Morrison on the board at the same time?
Not often enough.
Just kind of occurred to me.
Speaking of heroes you don't see together enough, little Superman, Hercules, and Samson. That's right. The famed mythological strongmen muscling in on the Man of Steel's former flames. That's right. Hercules going out with Lois Lane. Samson married to. They are Mrs. Hercules and Mrs. Samson in this. This looks in fair to good condition. I'm sure you can see some of the staining on it. This is going to be a 10 center Action Comics, $279 for just $10. If you like Hercules, if you like Samson, obviously Doc, Samson, and Hercules, their Marvel counterparts, both big characters that I am a big fan of. Superman also on that list. If y'all remember way back when ago, all three of them on my top 10 favorite heroes. Just $10.
Would you Daredevil for 18? You at 20 for Bill Scott?
Yeah, we can do that. It's a very reasonable offer, and I commend you for making it. Got a fun little 4-issue crossover with Detective Comics and Batman War Crimes. You've got Robin, obviously, a little Joker coming at you. Close it all out with Black Mask in there. All 4 issues together, near mint condition, just $16. The 4-part War Crimes crossover. The Clue Master number 3. Sorry, didn't mean to leave anybody out.
Not Clue Master, of all people.
Well, it makes sense. It's the Stephanie Brown kind of centric story.
Yeah.
He's her dad, and he's kind of like the Riddler, but like just less.
Yeah.
It's like when you get one of those like premier style beers where it's like, oh, it's like a light beer, but just a little bit less even somehow.
Would you do that Action Comics on C for 7, give it a 10 for Ralph?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right.
Since that C spot is open, and I got a couple of these. Let's go ahead and put them back-to-backs on that B and C. We've got Conan the Barbarian, issue number 7. Near mint minus. Crazy high-grade Bronze Age single-digit Conans. Barry Windsor Smith, incredible artwork. Roy Thomas still writing it. You get the first appearance of Toth Amon, who is, of course, Conan's primary antagonist throughout his original Marvel run in most of the Robert E. Howard stories. You're also going to get the first appearance of Set, the Serpent God, who obviously has a much larger role in the wider 616. This is his first Marvel Comics appearance, not in Moon Knight, not in Thor, not in any of their main superhero books. Of course, it comes up as the Serpent for Conan the Barbarian. $150, big book for a number of big reasons, Conan and broader Marvel specific. We're going to take it across the aisle to DC. This is particularly cool. One that I was probably just more excited about than I think most people would think to be. This is Black Hawk, issue number 108. Now, I'm going to give you the close-up of this cover. It is in very good plus condition. Would probably be a little bit higher, but the spine's got a little bit of work there. It's just this killer mechanical shark that is coming out of the water to devour this life raft. However, what makes this such a significant book, and while it's particularly pertinent that DC put the all new stories up at the top, because this is the first ever issue of Black Hawk published by DC Comics. It was originally a quality title, which, if I recall correctly, is the same publisher that also produced Plastic Man in Police Comics throughout the Golden Age. It is one of now many smaller comic book publishers that DC acquired, one of the first really big properties that got their very own solo title at DC immediately after they purchased the failing publisher. Really cool bit. Obviously, Blackhawk has been a big part of DC Comics for years. Their series ran for 200, 300 something issues. They were part of the New 52. They're obviously still around in various different shapes and forms. They played a big part in Darwin Cook's New Frontier because he did all of those really kind of cool corners of the Silver Age from DC when things were a lot more diversified. So that's the first issue of DC's Black Hawk for $85.
Sean Conley is picking up both E and H.
You've got it. E and H. A4. I just love this cover. It's so bananas. Astonishing Tales, issue number 30. Some early Deathlock. This is going to be a high grade copy. You're looking at a very fine to near mint shootout at the Fear Factory with the most bizarre looking crossbow that you have ever seen. Just $10 for our Deathlock fans.
What is on F?
I showed this a little bit earlier. Hopefully you were tuned in because it's going to be a lot more effort than we are going to do more than once during the show. It is a full-sized Sandman poster. It was produced for the 20th anniversary of the Sandman. You've got all the members of the Endless. Obviously, you can see up in the corner here Cain of Cain and Abel, both of whom are in it. It's basically just every prominent character from Sandman in one large pub scene. It's in very fine near mint condition, really nice quality for a folded poster from let's see, it would have come out in 2009 would have been the 20th anniversary. So at this point, that makes it 13 years old. By my math. If all that checks out. But yeah, it's super cool if you have a good space to display Sandman poster. And that is the book for you. Got some Terry Dodson working on Wonder Woman, issue number 13, doing, just an iconic Wonder Woman pose. You've got her with the sword and the shield, cape flowing in the wind. Good use of light off the kind of metallic gold. Really gives it a little bit more depth than the kind of 2D coloring does.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to be near mint condition, just $5. We've got some classic Legionnaires with Adventure Comics, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Adventure 362. This book is going to be in fine condition. It is just $10, going under A for Adventure. See, I just put up.
We'll do Wonder Woman for 3, note at 5 for John.
Sure. I'm a nice guy.
Jeremy Regeneris is retired.
I've been called worse. Let's jump up. F4 Flash, issue number 224. Going to be very good condition. Would be a little bit higher, but the staples pulled from the bottom staple down there. You'll never guess what happens when the fastest man alive is haunted by the fastest man dead.
Oh.
Which you think a lot more competition, I guess, a lot more options. A lot more people are dead than alive if you just really want to look at it like that. Also, who knows what the upward bounds when you're not constrained to physical form is. It's a real interesting concept for a story. What's particularly fun about these is, again, in an effort to just put more value into all of their books, you get a backup story with Green Lantern. So
Sweet.
Yeah, a lot going on in there. Just $5.
Sean Conley's picking up Adventure Comics on A.
You've got it, Sean. Going over to H. We've got some Silver Age Teen Titans. Before they were all new, before they were all different, they were just all sidekicks. Teen Titans issue number 35. Robin, Kid Flash, Wonder Girl, Speedy, Aqualad, and Speedy in 2 solo stories. Again, 3 full stories in this book, just $10. Fine condition. Intruder of the Forbidden Crypt. I like your folly work.
Thank you.
Going up on
We
A.
need that soundboard for.
We really do need one. Going up on A, we have Threshold presents The Hunted, which is probably a couple of names that you're less familiar with. What you need to know is that this is a future version of Green Lantern on the Lam. Additionally, again, DC always trying to just give you extra. You get Larflea's backup story throughout the series. It's written by Keith Giffen, so if you like that classic 1980s Justice League International story, you get all 8 issues. That is the complete story. Artwork by Tom Rainey and Scott Collins for just $10. That's about $1 a book. Complete series. If you like Green Lantern, if you like space adventures, if you like stories where your character's on the run, if you like Larfleeze, the Orange Lantern, there's a lot of great reasons to pick up this series. And whatever reason you have, I am happy to provide it for you.
Sean Conley's going to pick that up on A.
You've got it. G.I. Joe, issue number 101 for the real American hero. Gonna be very fine in near mint condition, real high grade, just $5. Get the all new, all different October Guard trundling through the jungle in a tank. I'm not sure if it's because it's villainous. The American flag is displayed backwards in the corner box there, not the corner box, in the barcode box right there. A lot of people think that's the right way to do it, but the field of stars always goes in the same corner, whether it's being displayed vertically or horizontally. It's Boy Scouts. Oh, this is super cool. I didn't even know this was a thing. This is Gideon Falls issue number 1 Jock variant. Where did we dig this up, Daniel?
I just found it in a box. That was it.
And there it is.
Just opened
Looked
a
it up.
box.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. Jock, obviously, no stranger to independent comics and Jeff Lemire's work. A real perfect complement to Andrea Sorrentino's usual covers and full interiors for the book.
Honestly, yeah.
This book is in near mint condition, and it is just $30. If you're a big fan of Jeff Lemire, if you're gearing up for collecting Gideon Falls or speculating on that first issue, real hard to find, rare issue on G.
Such a good book too.
It's so crazy good.
Keith's picking up the G.I. Joe on A.
You've got it.
Would you do that detective set on D for 8? You have it at 16.
I'll take it all the way down to 11. This one goes to 11.
This one goes to 11.
Just so I could say that.
I respect that.
Thank you. Invincible Iron Man issue number 79, Midnight on Murder Mountain. That one gonna be very fine condition, really nice Bronze Age Iron Man, just $10. We got.
He's countering your 11 with 10.
That's close enough. I'm not going to sit here and fight for $1. Not tonight. This book pretty cool. This is the Event Comics Dynamic Forces blue foil variant for Ash. The Fire Within issue number 1. It is Joe Quesada's creator-owned firefighter superhero. It is still sealed with the original Dynamic Forces seal and the certificate of authenticity. It is in fine to very fine condition. Daniel and I both looking this book over earlier today. There are 0 copies of this book for sale or recently sold anywhere in the world. We found, I think, 1 copy like from Canada.
Yep.
That was, I want to say $30 or $40. And I was like, tell you what, flat 20. Any of our Joe Quesada fans, any of our firefighter fans, anybody who likes those Dynamic Forces books, here's your shot.
All right, Ralph's picking it up.
You got it. And speaking of shots, and one of them, we've got Thor, The Truth of History by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer. I was talking about that duo earlier today. They did that JLA, the Nail 3-issue series. This one, a one-shot with Thor. Pretty cool. You've got Thor standing in like an Egyptian pyramid building of some sort with the statue in the back. What's particularly cool when you think about it is, as an immortal god, he was just alive throughout all of human history. So you can kind of plug him into any ancient world and he is there. Near mint condition, just $5 if you want a fun little Thor one shot.
What is the issue number and condition of that Conan on C?
It is Conan the Barbarian, issue number 7. It is a near mint minus condition. I mean, how in frame am I here?
A little high. You can lower it a tad. Yeah.
Yeah. So really, you're looking at, there's like 1 crease on the cover here and 1 crease right here. But you have sharp corners. You have no creasing on like the body of the book. You have no staining. This is probably the highest grade copy of this book that I have seen. I mean, realistically, that when I call it a near mint minus, it's maybe even a near mint. It is a gorgeous book. And that's going to be the first appearance of Tothamon and the first set, the Serpent God. Speaking of our Egyptian history.
Ralph, the Ash is not the Dynamic Forces version that was signed by Joe Quesada. Words. Because there was, I think, 2 different options. This one's not the signed one.
I'll tell you what, if you're looking for Dynamic Forces signed comics, going up on A, we've got The Walking Dead issue number 100. This is going to be the Todd McFarlane variant cover. It is the first appearance of Negan. It is signed by Walking Dead artist Charlie Adlard, and it is Dynamic Forces sealed with the original foil seal with the original COA. It is numbered 138 out of only 200 copies. of a major key issue Todd McFarlane variant. It is in great condition, very fine to near mint. That is a flat $100. If you're looking for some signed comics, I know we had a couple people asking about that. Obviously, I'm a huge Robert Kirkman fan. Big character. I mean, perhaps the second or third. Well, I pretty conservatively call him like the third, probably most prominent character in Walking Dead. There's Rick Michonne and Negan at this point, which is crazy. He didn't show up till issue number 100. Just kind of lucked out that he was along for the ride for what a large portion of that book.
We got a couple offers.
Yeah, hit me.
Would you do that Conan 7 for a flat 100? You'll get 150.
Oh man, it is so high grade. I can for sure let it go for 120. So I can come down 30. You can come up just 2.
Corey, let us know if that works for you. And then would you do that Walking Dead? You just put down A for 80, you'll bet 100.
I'll tell you what, on that one, because I just set it down, we'll play the or best offer game. Let me go through my board. If there's no other offers or claims, I'll do 80. If somebody else wants to make me an offer or claim it outright at 100, we'll do that. So we'll just give that a minute to breathe.
Excuse me. To make things a little bit easier, Corey is taking that Conan on C for the 120.
Sounds good.
Probably not any Frank Miller Batman tonight at this point.
Don't think I have any Frank Miller Batman tonight. He has done an astonishingly small amount of Batman. People think of him as like a huge Batman creator because the 2 Batman stories that he's done are so fantastic and so well beloved, but it's really like year 1 and the Dark Knight Returns stuff and not a lot else.
Yeah.
There's like a couple other things that he's sort of like in or around, but those are the 2 big things. I will say this, because they are such big stories and things that we always like to, really juice up attention. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you saw some Frank Miller Batman kind of stuff. The Ultimate Comics live show anniversary blowout special on Saturday, August the 27th, coming up. I keep saying this, the 27th. Is that right? Is that the last Saturday in like a week and a half or something? 2.5 weeks? Yeah, Saturday, August the 27th, Ultimate Comics live show anniversary special. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. We have some crazy good books. I'll see if I can't pry some even more crazier, better ones out of Alan's hands, too. We'll see how that goes. Strange Adventures, issue 242. This is a reprint of Mystery in Space, issue number 82, which is one of the all-time best sci-fi stories just ever told. Carmine Infantino coming up with the idea with this classic cover. Adam Strange torn between the 2 worlds, Earth and Ron. Which one will he save? It is probably the single most definitive Adam Strange story that has ever been told. This copy is in fine condition. It is $5. This is going to be probably the easiest, best way to read this issue if you never have before. If you like Adam Strange at all, maybe you read Tom King's mini series that came up, you've got to keep. Make sure you jump in on the Ultimate Comics live show Facebook page once you give that a read and let us know what you thought.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's a good one for you to share some artwork from, or just be like, oh man, this is dope.
And speaking of Strange Adventures and Tom King's run, we do have that interview on our YouTube channel with him talking about that series.
Oh, man, remember when we were doing YouTubes?
We're doing YouTubes right now.
We're still doing YouTube?
We're still doing YouTubes.
Who knew?
I mean, we're just streaming the live show, so it's not as much, but it's still,
What a world we live in.
we're dual streaming.
All right, I think I got like 2 more things tonight because we're over 9:30 already, right?
Yeah.
We got a few last looks to go through. So our penultimate book of the night, because I had that C spot open, and I've got to get as much Jack Kirby on the show as possible, making his triumphant return to his signature Golden Age character, Jack Kirby. This is his first issue back on the title after he was doing it in like the first few issues after they renumbered from Tales of Suspense. This is issue 193, the first part of Mad Bomb. You got John Romita Sr. inks, which I absolutely love. Obviously, John Romita Sr. most well known for doing the interior art for The Amazing Spider-Man, picking up after Steve Ditko. But John Romita Jr., John Romita Sr., a lot of people forget, picked up a lot of stuff after Kirby, did a lot of inks, and was just sort of the artistic editor at Marvel Comics after Jack Kirby moved on, and was sort of in charge of making sure all of the Marvel art was like sort of up to snuff. They don't really have artistic editors anymore like they used to. It was a much more prominent feature of the book when books were more understood to be primarily a visual medium. Now the emphasis is on writers so much that the editorial staff is almost all writers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just really cool whenever you see John Romita like doing inks, especially with somebody like Jack Kirby. It's like crazy. Fine condition, classic issue, classic cover, phenomenal artwork throughout. Just $20.
Is that a reprint?
No, all new, all different story. Brand new Jack Kirby Bronze Age cap.
Do you know if we have anything signed by Stan Lee in any of the stores? Or I guess
we had a couple things that got sent to Carrie at some point, but nothing that I know of off the top of my head. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the Teen Titans 35 for our last item of the night, which was, of course, the last item from our preview post, our last mega set. Speaking of that Jeff Lemire Sorrentino team up side by side, Old Man Logan. This is issues 1 through 50. That is the entire ongoing Old Man Logan story. So if you like Wolverine, especially his older counterparts, it's easily one of my top 10 favorite Wolverines from different various universes. All 50 issues, first print, main cover, near mint condition, coming at you for just $200. That is just $4 a book. That's still original MSRP for the entire series. So, with that on the board, you've now seen everything that we're going to have tonight. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to see anything else close up. Let me know if you want to make any offers, especially if you're bundling some stuff together. And we'll run over everything one more time here and see where we are.
Would you do E for 5? You would at 10 for Alan?
Yeah, it's been there a minute. We'll go ahead and take that down to 5. Daniel, if you want to, we start looking at our share prize winner in a minute here while I start going everything. Oh, you already did it. Look at you being way ahead of me. So we'll go over that in just a moment. See if we got any more action on the board. Good. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So big thank you, obviously, every time just for tuning in and playing along and buying comics. It's always a good time, but particularly double thanks to everybody who shared our video with a little public share. And, of course, to Offer a little reward to some of you every once in a while. We have randomly chosen with our randomizer 4,000. Richard Dupaton, congratulations and thank you for sharing. You are going to get this lovely 1 in 25 Peach Momoko variant for Spider-Woman issue number 1 added to your stack this week, and that's going to send out to you at no additional charge. All right.
You got a combo offer real quick.
Love it. What you got?
You do C, D, and I together for 22.
C, D, I. That'd be 3, 4, 5. I'll tell you what, I'll do C, D, and I together for 25. You got $1 a book difference, and they're yours. And while you're contemplating that, I'll go ahead and remind everybody what is up on A. This is the Dynamic Forces signed and numbered. There are only 200 of these signed by Charlie Adler. It is the Todd McFarlane variant for Walking Dead issue number 100. It is the first appearance of Negan. It's in very fine-tuned near mint condition. It is still sealed with the original Dynamic Forces tag and a certificate of authenticity. We've got that for just $100. On B, we've got Blackhawk, issue number 108. That is DC's first issue of Blackhawk after they acquired the property from Quality Comics. It is in very good plus condition, and that one is $85.
Said 25, correct?
Correct.
Counter. Okay. He just said he missed it, so I was just wanting to make sure we restated it.
Oh, yeah, $25. So just a buck a book difference. And you got it. And I'll even give you the benefit of skipping C and D on my walkthrough while you consider that for a moment. Don't want anyone else to scoop those out from you. We've got F is The Flash, issue 224. The fastest man alive racing against the fastest man that is dead. Just $5. Over on G, we've got Gideon Falls, issue number 1, first issue, first appearance. That one is the Jock variant. It is a near mint condition.
All right, 25 works for CD and I.
Excellent.
And then just as a reminder, too, 80 is the offer to beat on A currently.
Yeah, and we've just got these 1 or 2 more books to go through, and then we'll just snag that. Thank you for reminding me that we actually had that offer in on that already. And then H is the entire ongoing series of Old Man Logan, all 50 issues, near mint, first print, main cover, near mint condition. I actually had 2 of that on I. That was the one shot. Thor, The Truth of History by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer. So if anyone else wants one, $5. All right, well, that's everything around. Once, twice. We'll go 80 on A.
All right, so let's go on to Nathan Darkling.
Nathan, you got it. Thanks for keeping up with that, Daniel. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, we've got A Avengers, issue 137 and 138, the 2-issue story arc with the first appearance of Beast in the Avengers. He joins the team unofficially in 137, hangs out with them pretty much every issue through 151 when he is officially inducted as a member of the team. That one down on A. We got Teen Titans issue number 35, fine condition from their original Silver Age series, just $10. Got Avengers Classics, issue number 2. That is the original Silver Age Avengers by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. You also get a backup story by Dwayne McDuffie and Michael Avon Oeming. Both stories together, near mint condition. You get an all-new, all-different Art Adams cover. The original Jack Kirby cover on the back of that as well. Just $5. Got Star Wars Droids, issue number 1 with C-3PO, R2-D2. Obviously, headlining their first solo or duo title, I guess. Very fine near mint, really nice high grade copy, $30. We have that Sandman and the Endless poster with all of the Sandman characters. Can be very fine near mint, really nice copy of a 12-year-old poster. It came out with the 20th anniversary of the Sandman. Got Fantastic Four 152 in very fine condition for $10. We've got Giant Size Ecstatics, issue number 1 in very fine near mint condition for $5. Got Incredible Hulk 146 in fine condition for $20 on H. We've got Iron Fist issue number 2, the first appearance of Iron Fist's sister Miranda, very fine condition for $20. Got Amazing Spider-Man issue 132 for $10. Very good condition on A. Probably care too much about vibration. We've got the 8-part 4-month-long crossover between Batman and Detective Comics, all 8 issues in near mint condition. That is the complete Batman 1 year later story for $32.
All right. We should do that Teen Titans you took off of A for 5. I got it at 10, I believe.
Yeah, why not?
And would you do A and F together for 12?
A and F. Yeah, let's go for it. We got V for Vendetta, all 10 issues, I through X, near mint condition, $160 on C. We've got DC Comics Presents issue number 21, near mint condition on D.
Got a couple more offers.
Yeah, hit me.
For you. Would you do Droids for 20 if you
had it at 30?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
And would you do the Batman set for 20 over at 32?
Sure, why not?
Would you do D for 3 over at 6?
Yeah, I will. I will. We've got Thor 276 for $5 in fine condition. The X-Men 1995 annual near mint minus $5. Got GI Combat 169, very good to fine condition for $5. We've got Super Friends issue number 6, very fine condition for $10. We've got the Infinity Warps Iron Hammer issue number 1, near mint condition for $5. Got Spawn issue number 298, near mint condition, first print, main cover, an homage to his very own Amazing Spider-Man, $298. $15. We've got Star Wars issue number 3, near mint condition for $4. We've got Wraith, issue number 1 from Joe Hill, Charles Paul Wilson, the third near mint condition for $10.
Would you do G for 10? You would at 15.
I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Right. I got a couple more.
Yeah, what you got?
Would you do E for 6? You have it at 10.
Yeah, let's go.
Do E for 2, give it at 5.
Sure.
And that should be it.
All right, we've got Wolverine issue 166, Wolvie versus Sabretooth, near mint condition, $5. Got Rick and Morty presents Unity, issue number 1, near mint condition, $5. Got DC Special Strange Sports Stories, fine condition for $5.
Would you do that Old Man Logan set for 130? You would at 200.
I'll take it down to 150. 150. That's a difference of like 40 cents a book between your offer and mine, maybe less. What's the math on that? Something like that. We have Walt Disney Comics, $2.75 for $10.
Just counting your 150 with 140.
Look, you know what? Close enough. We'll do it. The Phantom, issue number 47 for $10. And grab your Old Man Logan's is. Definitely a two-hander for Daniel. I'm going to pass this over. Top Men. Witching Hour, number 48. $5. Yeah, Marvel Team Up, issue number 23. Fine, very fine. $20. Got Detective Comics, $4.16. We're gonna leave that V for Vendetta up there. Very Good Plus, $32. We've got the Complete Shadow ongoing series 1 through 19 plus the annual. Very fine near mint condition. Bill Sienkiewicz covers and art. $25 for 20 comics, complete set. Got that What If issue number 89. What if Reed Richards were a little bit more eviler? That one just $5. And we've got the Grant Morrison DC 1 million super set with every single one of the 1 million one shots to go along with it. It's like 40 comics, $75.
Does this set have the annuals?
For
Old Man
Logan, I don't think it had the annuals. It's just 1 through 50.
I don't see him. Okay.
Strange Adventures, issue 187. That's the first appearance of Enchantress, as along with it being her origin. That's very good to fine condition for $125. And then we have the complete Whedon run on Astonishing X-Men 1 through 24 for $60.
Do the Shadow for 20.
Yes, I will. What an extremely reasonable offer. I'll take that offer, and I'll be very happy about it. There are very few things on this show that I'm not happy to take 20% off of. If you ask, if it's been sitting there a minute.
Yeah.
Just ask. See these? What? not too crazy. Just a small number of things that are left. If you're looking to score a couple more books, there's a good handful, good spread. You got some modern, you got some all the way back to the Silver Age here. You've got some. I'm just gonna swap these for my own sanity. Don't worry about me. Just moving books around to make things more difficult for you.
We'll do the Sandman poster for 15. You had 20.
Yeah, let's do it. And I'm saying this with complete honesty, largely just because it's so rad. I really want one of you all to have it. Put it up. It is super cool. Just arrange everything. So you've now seen everything up. You've seen it down. You've seen it once. You've seen it twice. A couple of things you've gotten thrice, if you've been lucky. Let's go put this iron fist back out. A little bit of a key issue. Pretty good value on that. Put some Gideon Falls back out. That crazy rare Jock variant.
So cool looking.
I did mention this is like the Grant Morrison thing. Keeping up with my Grant Morrison theme. I don't know if all of our viewers fully appreciate how transcendent Grant Morrison is of a writer, that they are literally the only creator that I've emphasized literally every single Ultimate Comics live show that we've done. I think I missed something with him like once.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
I'd make it a point. I have an emergency Grant Morrison stash now in my office. If I have to host a show, I'll make sure I've got at least a couple things. And obviously their name came up a couple times tonight, luckily.
Yeah. Philip, we just picked up that Sandman poster. He said he got the Lucifer Omnibuy last week and started reading.
Oh, radical. What a good series.
He said he's never read Sandman before Nightmare Country, that new one with the Corinthians.
Yeah.
I kind of fell in love with it. People told me all the time that Sandman was good. I just kept disregarding it, and it was my loss. Now I'm 100% invested.
You know what, though? Because here's the great thing. Like, it's out there for you. You didn't lose out on it. You just haven't read it yet.
Exactly.
You know, that's the beautiful thing about picking up comics and back issues and graphic novels is, you know, you can grab them and read them and love them and fall just as much in love with them now as somebody did when they read it in 1989, as I did when I read it probably 10 years ago now. Like, it was a lot later in my comics pickups and a lot of other things. Not something that I gravitated towards when I was, you know, buying superhero books and in like 7th grade or whatever. But yeah. Well, if we don't have any other offers or questions about the books, I'll just go ahead and remind you all. Sienna's going to be gone for a couple weeks. So I got the Tuesday show next week. Slick Vic's going to be back in the saddle on Thursday. I'll be doing the Tuesday show the week after that. Slick Vic pulling up the rear on Thursday, and then Saturday, not next week, but the week after, Sienna's back from their international vacation. I'll be here. Vic should be here. I imagine we're going to pull Daniel in. I think Jen will be here as well. You never know who else might show up for that big anniversary special. Got crazy good books for that. So make sure you're marking on your calendar. We're going to start, I think, at 10 or 11 a.m. And I think it's going to be worth it. that first bit especially going to be some exciting guest stars. I'm not sure when that's going to get announced or if you're just going to have to tune in and figure it out. But it's going to be fun. We're going to have so much fun. We've got some just perfect. Thank you all for tuning in. I thank you briefly when we did the share prize, but really it means a lot that we get to just sit here and play with comics all day long every week, and I really appreciate it. And I'm just very thankful that I can share my favorite things with all of you. So until next time, have an ultimate night.
Bye.